Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Papa TV Live. We are broadcasting live from the Southern Fried Gaming Exposition in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Fred Cochran. To my left is Evan Bookbinder and DJ Ryle. Hi, guys.
Hey. How's it going?
You can see our mugs right on the camera here. And we are getting ready to broadcast the first round of the A Division Finals. Top 8 got a bye, and the first group here is going to be playing. And the people who got the bye are going to be sitting in their rooms relaxing and getting sleep like they should be. This is a Stern Pro Circuit event, so the winner of this event will get a bye right into the circuit event at the end of, or the beginning of next year, I believe is when it's going to be. And that'll be held in Chicago, Illinois. The last one was a great success and lots of fun. And, we're good luck to all the participants. And I wish I was up there, but, can't win them all. So... also, too, we'd like to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Southern Fried Gaming Expo, of course, for running the event, Comet Pinball, Firefold Technologies, Clover Services, Coin Taker, Double Danger, and then several others that were involved here, and obviously yours truly here at Papa. And just to give you an idea, here are some results from qualifying. And not a surprise, Josh Henderson is up at the top because he's a phenomenal player and has been there pretty much most of the day. So what we're going to do is we are going to follow the first group, which is going to be Timothy Street, Adam Higgins. Adam McKinney. Sorry. Chris Warren and Trent Augenstein. And Petey's going to point to the game we're going to play. And we're going to be surprised here what we're going to pick here. So hold on one second. You'll see the first four groups.
Oh, it looks like we got some stones.
Yeah, we're going to pick some Rolling Stones. So, calling this morning with women's finals, it was brutal. If you missed, it just killed you. And I know that this was used in women's, so this is going to be the first that these guys have gotten to play this game.
Right. And they've had no practice either.
And they've had no practice. And the outlane posts are gone. You'll see that they're ripped out on both sides. And it's got some weird trajectories that the ball seems like it might be safe and then just goes flying on the outlane.
And you can just see by the last four scores that were put up there, it's playing rough.
Yeah, I think the highest in women's was 37 million, and the closest next to that was 15 million. So it just gives you an idea how rough the game is playing. So Timothy Street's looks like he's going to be player one. He's just loading up his music, and Timothy's from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? DJ, do you know?
That is correct, yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that. And he's here with Chris, who's in the same group, and they actually travel together.
Yep.
So Adam McKinney being from Missouri and Trent being from Columbus, Ohio. Assuming
that Timothy was the choice on this is interesting that he goes with Rolling Stones with the first pick here.
And he's probably regretting it right now because that was a sling drain and it went out.
Right.
So, again, these guys are going to find out pretty quickly, unless they can get control of the ball, that there is going to be side-to-side danger.
Yeah.
Timothy Street probably chose the game. I have a question from the chat right off the bat. So we're just assuming that Timothy picked it. We don't know because we're over here. But
only assuming because he was player one, and usually the guys are going to defer to take the later spots in the game. But
and that's probably especially true in this case where you've had no practice time. You want to take advantage of watching other people play to learn anything you possibly can about this game.
Yep.
So we want to welcome Sammy and Jesse. They are from Australia in the chat. So
Mick almost took that one out.
Thanks for tuning in. And, Mick likes to kick the ball side to side. He just kind of picks it up and takes his ball and goes home. And
yeah. Sometimes he'll protect you, but 90% of the time, Mick isn't
there to help you.
No. He's definitely not.
So I'm not as, like I said, watching this morning, like I said, the game times were relatively short, so I'm not as familiar with the game. But do we have the keys, Evan?
I do have the keys to the game of Rolling Stone. So the first key or objective to this game, we're going to call it Mick the Rockstar. So there are two main multi-balls in the game. Album multi-ball, which is started by completing all of the locations on the moving target, the Mick target.
Mick
so
on a
similar
stick.
to Big Buck Hunter.
Yes.
While Rockstar multi-ball, the other multi-ball, is started by completing Rockstar on the star targets. Okay?
Right. Because those aren't dangerous to shoot at all.
No, not at all.
You want to shoot those all day long.
Well, you know what? If you play like the AC/DC Thunderstruck mentality, It's great. You
Of
know?
where-
Just go for ramps and you'll hit those targets instead.
Right. So if you accidentally miss all your shots, then you're going to do great.
Yeah, exactly.
The second key, take your licks. So shooting the ramps will spell out Rolling Stones. And when Rolling Stones is completed, licks will start. And all the shots will be lit for, it's actually pretty decent scoring.
Like right now.
These guys want to go for this because
It's lucrative. It's usually what I do.
Oh, that was interesting.
and it's safe.
He shot it. He
Did you
shot it
see
up the
that?
right orbit. It jumped off the stand-up and went into the right habit trail, or plastic trail, I guess I would call it, not a habit trail.
But since multi-ball just started, he's
Well,
got ball save
so
time
he
anyways.
did start Rockstar. That's
He
interesting.
did. And I guess both of those run concurrently, so good things are probably about to happen.
Well,
here.
he didn't really collect too many stars to start that, so it must be on a lower setting.
I don't know, but he actually, at the beginning of the ball, it looked like he almost made a conscious effort to do it because I looked up and he only had 2 left.
Okay.
So he might have been aiming for it, or maybe he was just, just bricking the shots. Or
Got a couple of lucky ones and said, hey, here we
right.
go.
Absolutely. And if you get close by accident, why not?
Mhm.
Right.
Oh,
There's
look
an
at him.
interesting
He's got
play.
2 left on Mick now, so he can get that started.
And here's where Mick goes crazy. He's running back and forth on stage.
Oh,
telling
my gosh,
everybody,
look at him.
I know he got
All
out
right,
of
there you
multi-ball.
go. You got licks going. Nail this sucker.
He got out of multi-ball pretty fast, but one of the cool things he did was quickly tip pass the ball from the right flipper to the left.
Oh, that should've too.
He's really kind of off to the left on that. Gotta wait a little
Chris
bit
is
there.
telling Mick to move, and Mick is just standing his ground. So
There
there he
you go.
goes. He's going for
Oh.
the center ramp. He wants to do some other things before he actually gets multi-ball, it looks like.
Do you think that is, or is he
don't know.
just shooting too early? No,
I
he's
don't
taking
know.
lit.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
not
that's
sure
a-
why he's doing that.
Yeah, maybe to just maximize his points with licks. I'm not sure if the chat, if anybody,
Yeah.
if anybody in the chat would care to chime in as a strategy that he might be familiar with why he's not starting his multi-ball.
Yeah,
Please let us know because we're kind of baffled.
There it
I would
goes.
think that you'd want to maximize your potential to take those with the multi-ball, but hey.
So we
I
got a
don't play this game that often, so
question from the chat. Brian Dye. He wants to know if this was just put in for the finals. It was. It was used strictly in women's. It was not used in qualifying in main. So this game is brand new to all the competitors in the finals.
and I can tell you, Chris
Oh.
is already doing pretty well.
So since I love to talk and I cut everybody off most of the time. Evan has one more key left in Rolling Stones, which I'm assuming is important because he's like yelling at me to let him do it. So, Evan.
Well, since you asked so nicely, Fred, the last key, and so far Chris's ball is really demonstrating all of the keys in order, but the last one, we're going to
Rough
call
run.
it Records Make Me Happy. So
Yeah.
there's a play record shot, which has not been illustrated
It's the green
yet.
one, right by Mick.
That, right there, right behind Mick.
Yep.
That will progress and eventually start a record mode. So this is kind of the mode strategy to this game. And during modes, if you shoot the lit record shot, which will be scattered across the playfield, those will score
nice
points.
save.
Saves.
And it turns out the second record mode in the sequence and competition settings happens to be pretty lucrative.
So as you can see now, he's got all the flashing multipliers, so you can choose another multiplier shot, which you definitely want that left ramp or
Right.
that right ramp.
So
which
those
you missed.
drumsticks.
So, thank you for filling us in on the third key to the game, and sorry for cutting you off, Evan.
No problem, but
But since you ride home with me, you have no choice. And if you
And look, there's just too much action going on this Rolling Stones game.
right,
well,
no, that was a
I
great
mean,
that was a great first ball.
25 and change.
25 million.
Great
That's
first
just
ball.
solid. That is good.
So Adam McKinney is again from Missouri. Got his familiar towel. He likes to wipe down the game, and I believe his current rank right now is I think 60 something if I'm not mistaken. Adam is one of the more colorful characters that comes to these tournaments. He's lots of fun.
He wears cool shirts.
He wears cool shirts. He has great stories, and he's just a fun guy. And I was sitting talking to him earlier. We were just sitting there. We weren't even talking about pinball. And it was, like I said, the people that you get to play with and interact with when you're at these things is a lot of the reason why I come. Besides pinball, so
It's interesting. We all come from pinball, but we all come from different backgrounds too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
absolutely. Like we got Trent in the background looming. He's trying to, he's trying to scheme. He's trying to scheme and figure out what's going on with the game, which is important because.
I'm surprised he hasn't busted his laptop out yet with the the Gibson program.
Hacking the code. Yeah, he can't hack the code while we're watching live. But it's important to note that though, because he's watching to see how the game is playing.
Yes.
So he knows what's going on
Absolutely.
behind him, and that's just a sign of a veteran player as to what he wants to do to gain maybe a competitive advantage or learn something about the game that is important.
For
so
sure.
Where on the flipper does a particular shot make or miss, and how does it respond to
Right.
that? So
Yeah, so
the misses are probably more important than the made shots, in fact.
and you'll see these guys stand behind each other and watch. And again, with Chris playing, I didn't really pay attention to it then, but I'm sure there was somebody watching behind once he started getting on a roll, seeing what he was doing, and trying to figure out how he was going to copy that.
So this is good. He's going to try to collect this, and he's going to take it into lit. See, this is what I thought Chris should have done.
No, that's great, because even though he bricked the hard one, that started the multi-balls.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was a safe shot. He had nothing to lose on that one.
Look at that ball saver, quick. About 3 seconds on that.
You might get this one back, maybe. Yep.
Is there a grace
Came
period?
back.
Yes.
Yeah, the grace
Nice
period.
grace.
So at the top right there, you saw him moving his lanes. If you get all 4 of the lit lane or the unlit lanes at the top, that'll let your playfield multipliers, and then you can you pick your shot as to which one you want multiplied.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't it either the VIP or the guitars, if you get all 3 of them, will light your add-a-ball?
That I believe it's VIP.
Okay.
If the chat knows that for sure, they can let me know. But it looks like it is because he just hit the last one.
Yep.
That's
So-
coming back.
Yeah, it was coming back, and then again the ball save was pretty short. So
And this is nice because you're getting both the Licks Awards and you're getting the jackpots.
so he's got the center ramplet for his multiplier.
Yep. And that's a nice one to have. That's a nice, easy shot.
So DJ, with respect to the shot multiplier, the drumsticks, he's got the center ramplet green. Is that a preferred strategy? Is the first one to use the center ramp?
I would think you want that ramp first and then the mouth ramp the second, because those are the 2 easy shots that are
Right.
repeatable. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
unless
might as
mixing
well
away.
double 'em.
Unless mixing away,
Unless mix
because
it
he
in
likes
there.
to be in the way.
He's always in the way.
He's not as spry as he once was, though. So I'm thinking, as the game gets older, maybe he gets slower or something, or you get a motor that's variable.
I mean,
or something.
he's already 70 in this game, isn't he?
He's like 109 or something like that, man. I think they put the face of they put my face on the one. I think it's because they wanted somebody younger on there so they could actually replicate the speed. But I'm getting old now, so it doesn't really matter.
I know
that's not a bad start by Adam there, because
Not a great one.
it's a tough playing game. You don't get a ball save. The outlanes are brutal. 8.5 is pretty solid to start with.
So it's funny you mentioned that, because this is not a game you get to see a lot of on location, at least for us in Pittsburgh. But the one at Papa headquarters happens to have
It was kind of one of those
face on it.
7 or 8 years ago was at a bunch of places, and then it kind of disappeared.
So this is actually the first time I actually saw what the Mick target looked like as it delivered from Stern.
So we need to get rid of my face off that game at Papa for sure. It's been around for a long time, and for those who don't know, that the Papa crew that I know and love decided during one of the Papas, I think it was Papa 18 or 17, it was being used in B, and the Mick head broke off, and they decided to get a picture of me off the internet and put my face on Mick.
See, that'll happen right there. You know,
Well, what
you
would
go
have been
for the skill shot, you get an errant feed out of the pops, and
So here's the instant replay,
see him right there.
and there it goes. And with those outlane posts, like I said, if you look on those right and out, left and out lanes, underneath the ramp it's harder to see, but on the right you'll see the pegs are open. There are no posts in there at all. It's not like they've been moved. They've been removed.
Mm-hmm.
And, whenever you get them over there, it's, you got to make a move or be proactive, or you're going to be in real bad shape. So
Fred, you almost had an opportunity to have a cameo here, actually.
I did.
Yeah, so during the game setup across the way, we have a Wheel of Fortune that was used in qualifying, and Maria's head came off during the setup, and,
We don't need my head on Wheel of Fortune.
I thought her head disappeared at some point during the weekend.
it was anatomically interesting.
Well,
I feel like every Rolling Stones I've played, Mick's head is gone.
yeah, I haven't seen one with the head, but
Yeah.
then maybe this one hasn't gotten a lot of play. I don't know.
Oh, another bad feed out of
I've
there.
had people
Look at
say
that.
this isn't a terrible game. I know one of our local guys, Alex Kazmarsik, loves this game. He wants one.
I think he's still looking for one of these games.
And,
so reach out to him if you have one.
And I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'd rather not play it. I'm not a fan of the Rolling Stones. The layout's not terrible, but It's just not for me.
Yep.
know?
There's plenty of other games.
Right. There's plenty of other games, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who actually like the game. So,
Well, it's ball 2, and Chris is going to be sitting pretty confidently right now.
I thought he was confident after ball 1. I mean, just the way the game is set up, 20-26 almost. That's pretty good. I'd be surprised to see someone catch him.
So if I'm not mistaken, besides the obvious top in-lane rollovers for a skill shot, there is a super skill shot?
Yeah, there's a super skill right before those rollovers.
it drops right in the top there by the tongue. To the left of the tongue, it drops behind.
Kind of where he just shot at.
It's like,
in reverse.
what's it like? It's like Lord of the Rings, the one just a little bit further over.
Oh,
it's kind of
sure.
the same similar situation.
Right, like the Lord of the Rings is on the opposite side. This is a shorter one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now he's playing records now. So you see the blue flashing shot up the middle, and now it's on the right ramp.
Look at that. Rinse, repeat right there. Oh. He's
Getting some good recoveries, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting some good recoveries because he's missing a few
Why
shots
is he
and he's
waiting?
not being punished. That I don't know.
Work it. Come on.
He wants that center shot. Maybe he feels more comfortable just hitting that center shot.
He's getting the ramps
You only got so
clean.
much time when you get this mode started. You take advantage of it.
The jackpot, the points, they're 150, 175.
Whoa.
Nice save by Chris.
That feed out of there is not good.
I gotta wonder if he has mixed emotions about picking this mode.
You know what's really
I had to do it. I
Okay,
had to do it.
So, Evan, you're slightly late to the party because this morning that joke was used more than once. But it's good that you said that. It is,
We have new listeners, and I wasn't here.
We do bad puns here all the time, so
I was trying my hardest not to qualify.
It's like a dad joke.
I didn't use that, man. I used some good Blues Brothers jokes earlier, so back off. But you can see Chris, like I said, he seems like he's really comfortable in the game right now. He's making his shots.
Flowing.
He's, he knows what he wants to do. He looks like he knows exactly what he wants to do and how he wants to accomplish it. And every shot he makes, he's putting more distance between him and his competitors. And at 33 million, if I'm looking up and I have to catch that score with the way this game is set up,
You're saying, oh, man.
Yeah.
You're going to go big or go home, and so you're going to start taking more risky shots
Absolutely.
to do that.
He's getting a heck of a lot of fortuitous bounces, too, because that last one right there almost went on the out lane, and he made a nice nudge to save that.
But, nothing too out of control, though. He's been kind of keeping it.
He's
Nice.
picking low-hanging fruit, man. He's comboing up and getting points. It's only a couple 100,000 here and there, but like I said, you can see his score. He's now at 35,000
Well,
or 35 million.
He's
Super
clearly has
combo
these-
is lit.
clearly has these ramps dialed in.
Oh, nice.
Nice move. Little tip pass.
He knew he was in trouble. He had to tip it over.
And
so.
right back to a trap.
He's shooting the orbits. It's countdown. Looks like a hurry-up mode there.
Nice.
He's going to ignore it, but there's a super combo for 5.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one.
This is huge.
Chris has clearly played this game before.
He just feels so confident on it right now. You can tell. Oh,
Uh-oh.
man. That
Just when
backspin
you
got
said
him.
that.
Yeah, that backspin got him on that. That was a great ball by Chris.
He's that ball should have been on the left out lane. He was pretty fortunate.
You're
Just
looking
to
at
start,
40 and change after this.
2 million
Yep.
bonus?
That's
Wow.
a huge score.
Yeah, 2 million bonus.
That puts a lot of pressure on him.
Fantastic job by Chris.
I tell you, for 4 guys just walking up to this game and I had played it before, that's a solid start.
So in this group alone, we got we got a player in the top 10, in the top 25, in the top 50, in the top little over 100. So I think almost all players are in the top 100 here. So this is a first round group too. So Adam's waving to the camera too.
And I'm thinking the lowest IFPA rank is actually the 40 million with Chris, right? Am I not mistaken?
Yes.
Is that
yeah,
right?
Yeah, because he's right there on the rank there.
Okay.
So you can see 186.
But he's
His highest IFPA was 38th.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken it there.
Uh-huh.
And I always joke, and there's bad fortune for Adam. I played against Timothy Street in Louisville in a tiebreaker on Corvette, and he stomped me. And he was, I think, 12 at the time. And it was, he actually, every time we see each other, we talk about it. He wants to know if I want a rematch on it. I just tell him no.
quit while you're ahead.
I don't need to be more demoralized. Thank you.
So
But,
550 for that super skill.
So Timothy, a lot of people don't know. I think he was top 10 in Pinburg last year. He was playing on the main stage, so he was hanging out with all the
big boys.
The big boys, and he did really well at. He was at the circuit, if I'm not mistaken, I believe. And
Wow.
he was. I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but he might have been there, and I know he did really well in Louisville too. So.
Boy, I feel like the circuit was a blur. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It went fast.
A lot of fun.
Will David in the chat says he loves the stream, so thanks for tuning in. Certainly appreciate your
Will.
support.
Boy, I just took a look over at one of the other groups playing. We've got Steve Bowden with over $1 billion on World Cup soccer on ball 3.
Yeah, he never does that.
Pretty comfortable lead.
Steve never gets $1 billion on anything. Yeah, there's no easy group now.
All
So
right, Trent's starting to feel these framps a little bit here.
Yeah, and there's
I'll say
decent value.
maybe
right?
maybe he
man.
picked it up from
Hey,
watching Chris.
check
You're
that
getting
out.
basically 1 million points every 2 ramps.
Yep.
So the one thing about Trent that I learned a long time ago is you can't count him out. I actually saw him play, and I've told this story before. He played a game of Theater of Magic against Chris Newsom from the FSPA, and Chris Newsom put up like $3 billion on Theater of Magic, and Trent went in the ball 3 with like $1 billion, and just ground out $2.5 billion to come back and actually win the game. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. The game was probably like an hour long. But he's so patient and methodical and picks his spots, and he it doesn't matter how long it takes him.
So it's interesting. He was going for the records modes.
Right.
He had it lit, and then he started going for Mick.
And I don't know why he
I
switched
don't
it
know
up.
either. I don't know. And he had so many shots left on Mick to start that multi-ball, unless he was going for something else and Mick got in the way, which is always possible.
But I think we saw the one thing from Trent, though, that I've seen over and over again is that if he's having trouble on a game and notices one of the other players in the group has some strategy that's working, he picks it up immediately
yeah.
and just adapts.
So our wonderful producer, Lewis, he hands me a note because he's the fountain of all kinds of information. Happy was lit, and Trent wanted multi-ball to go in with Happy. And
Oh, that makes sense.
if we tuned in this morning, Lewis mentioned that if you get Happy with a multi-ball, there is the possibility of some massive scores on there. So thank you to Lewis for telling us what's going on, because we didn't.
Yeah, that
Boy, Timothy immediately
Just
regrets
didn't really get
picking
to
this
play
game.
that.
No, he didn't get to play at all.
And once again, we think he picked the game.
yeah.
We could be totally wrong, but I think we're pretty spot on, because
Usually at this level, you don't see people picking player 1.
see Brian Tessier and Mike Primo from Path of Play join the chat. So welcome, fellas.
And I think Tessier only came on because he loves Rolling Stones.
I think never. I'm trying to. What's the word am I looking for here? How am I going to say this? That's just inaccurate. I'm going to simplify it. It's inaccurate. I'm pretty sure he'll tell you that.
Chris has a quick ball, but he's still hanging pretty at just shy of 42 million.
I'll tell you what, that's just solid. Like I said earlier, I can't imagine anyone catching that.
I mean, you've got 2 amazing players behind him. But
Oh, absolutely.
still.
I won't count them out, but it's tough.
What's he doing here? Let's see what Chris is going to do here. He's waving at something. It's like a fly. Maybe it's Mick Jagger.
Move, Mick, move.
Yeah, he wanted to get Mick out of the way, so he was waving him, and I don't know if it was effective.
That's
He,
What he just
or,
did there is
or
what
he
I-
was trying to wave him back over to that spot because he had one more shot to start multi-ball.
Or maybe he thought he was playing dialed in and using the scratch off. Maybe he was thinking he was playing dialed in.
But I feel like I make that same move on Big Buck Hunter, just trying to get that thing out of the way.
I just wave wildly for no reason at all.
But you have a lot of fans, so
Not really.
Nice nudge.
nice little tip over.
That was a great tip over. Nice recovery by Adam. So
he's
he's
at
got
this point now that he knows that Trent's on his heels. He's got to make some ground up.
and he's got nothing with Mick as far as multi-ball. Maybe he's going to try to ramp out and
Yeah,
get
he
some
tried
points.
there. He
Because
tried.
again, right now at this point, you look up and you see a big score, you want to try to go for second. And if you make it obviously to first, you want to. It's going to be your first goal. But as long as you get some points in the first game, you don't want to come out of a game
boy.
with a 0.
That's tough. And
So-
have we talked about the scoring format?
He's going to have about 1 million.
So the scoring format is Papa scoring. It's 4-2-1-0. 4 for first, 2 for second, 1 for third, and 0 for fourth. And I could tell you from experience in classics, you can finish with as low as a 4 and still move on, which
Yeah.
is I'm still shaking my head.
We
how I
need
pulled
to
that out.
we need to address that. So
No, we don't need to talk further about it. But
you played absolutely amazing, and you finished second in the classics
Thank
here
you.
at Pinvasion with just phenomenal finals play all the way from the early finals rounds all the way through to the. It ended up being a tiebreaker. I wish you guys would have had the ability to see that, but
it was actually pretty funny because if Tony would have come back to pass me up, but not beat Eric, there would have been a 3-way tie for first for 7 points, and there would have been a three-player playoff.
Right.
So, but it didn't happen. But
so Trent is just past.
Yeah, he's got a happy.
He's got happy going.
Trent looks pretty happy.
Trent is always happy.
Well, you know what? He's down in second, and it's all gravy after this, right? You know, you could just kind of bat away a little bit.
Guaranteed 2 points for the round.
Relax a little bit more.
So we got some jokes from the chat room. Jade A says Daniel Boone is scorekeeping. Yes, he is.
Yeah, we don't know who that guy is.
We're not really sure. He used to wear a big cowboy hat, but now he's moved on to the squirrel cap here.
You know, ever since he won the West Virginia States, I think a lot of things have changed.
Now, you know, his head got a little bit bigger, so maybe he had to change. Maybe he had to change a hat. Maybe his 10-gallon hat didn't fit anymore. He had to move on to
or Virginia
to
raccoon skin.
Maybe Virginia washed it and it shrunk. Who knows?
Nonetheless, yes, Daniel Boone is there. We'll make sure we pass that on to Pete. He'll probably appreciate that joke. That's probably what he was going for.
In fact, we may just.
He's got Rockstar going. He's going to take
that
backhand
it right here.
Yes, he is.
Oh no! Mick says no.
No,
and he's gonna.
What a nudge!
What a nudge! So we're gonna probably.
Look at that.
We're probably gonna see
nice
that
on the fly.
Again. So that
puts him right into multi-ball.
Let's see how much. You know his how many points he gets from that save. He had 13 million just from that save. So from this point on,
that was a one danger save too. That was beautiful. Nice big old shake.
And for the result to be a multi-ball start, I mean, boy, you just can't be any happier.
Yeah, that was crazy. He backhanded it.
He's taking happy. He's happy.
That was nuts.
So very nice control.
Mixing the way.
With Lazarus. We're going to have like 17 instant replays here because we had a Lazarus, a ridiculous outlane save with no post. And I'm not surprised at all. And he's going to pick his multiplier here in a second. Let's see what he goes for.
Superb controlled play.
Yeah, look at Trent. He's
in
the
L. I can't do this.
Here.
In the L1. Okay, so he's going. Looks like he's going for an add-a-ball, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
But he already had one. He had an add-a-ball as a mystery award. So I don't know what the next mystery award's going to be, and I think
unless he was picking that loop and he just kind of missed it.
Okay, so he's going to shoot that up.
Ooh. No, he's going for that P.
Oh, he accidentally fumbled.
Extra ball and special. So he said Lewis says, again, Lewis, thank you very much for being our knowledge here. Extra ball and specials would be worth 9 million points total. So could be lucrative. Very lucrative.
A lot of work to do, but hey.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how monstrous Chris's first ball was.
And
I don't having a decent ball, and it's like he can't catch ground.
I don't believe those would be multiplied though. For anybody who would be asking that question, when those the specials and the extra balls are not multiplied if you have a playfield multiplier.
That's correct.
So Trent's in a good spot here. He's got 2 shots multiplied. He can really start working on some stuff here.
Again, he's in a grind. He's gonna take whatever he can get. He'll take as long as he needs to.
He's not scared of Mick.
No, and he gets probably underside shot.
Tried to save it, but just couldn't dig it out.
And it's terrible when you shoot the underside of the flipper, and you feel helpless.
Yep.
I don't think he could have done anything different there. It was a slap. Try to get it out of there.
No.
Nice. That's a favorable bounce out of there. So.
And that's a rare no jackpot multi-ball for Trent.
He's thinking, what do I got to grind out now?
That's the end of that.
But you know what? Hey, you took second. You mission accomplished there. You had a mountain to climb.
So we're going to take a look at this right here. Watch the outlane save here. Watch. Boom. Right back in.
Yeah. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful.
Just a subtle nudge.
So and then the backhand for the start.
Yep, and he started right after that. And then don't forget, after that happened, he had a Lazarus too. It bounced back in. So he had that. So
and there's no rubber on that post, is there?
There's no post.
Oh, my gosh. So he pushed that
There's
ball.
There's no post. It hit off the wall.
Off the wall and back into play.
All right.
So we've got Chris at 4. Trent at 2, Adam at 1, and Tim at 0.
Then also Group 2 for Game 1 on World Cup Soccer, Steve Bowden. Crushed it. He had over $1 billion at one point. He finished with 4 points. Dominic Kacic, if I hope I pronounce his name correctly, has 2 points. Levy Naiman from New York, sponsoring G Fuel, is third with 1 point, and Evan Bingham, the pugilist from Columbus, Ohio, is with a 0. So, and if you see all these graphics on the screen, you look at most of the people that are on here, and they're really having like fun playing to the camera. Chris Warren's got the upside down glasses. Adam McKinney's got like money in his hand. Trent is throwing up the devil horns because Iron Maiden is awesome. Bowden is showing off his sports hat. So lots of fun being had by all. So.
And there's definitely a lot of Doug Polka support across the photos here.
Yes, yeah, Doug Polka up on Timothy Street. He's hanging out with Timothy. And like I said, it's been great. So, again, our sponsors, Portal Pinball, Mostly Mutts, Animal Rescue and Adoption, Inc., Double Danger Coin Taker, Southern Fried Game Expo, Safe Point Video Games. So, again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Southern Fried Gaming for inviting us down to do the broadcast. We certainly enjoy doing this, and we're glad that we can bring it to everybody because, it's just a lot of fun. And again, hopefully we can get more and more people involved in pinball and how awesome competitive pinball can be. All right, so our next game, I understand now, is going to be Hoops. So we're going to play a wicked awesome game of Hoops.
Everybody loves some hoops.
All right, the keys to the game. Maybe I should have paid attention to these while I was qualifying myself. So the first key, Spinner Slam. There's a hang time target above the top right lane that starts the hang time feature. During this feature, pop bumper hits and spinner spins advance the hang time bonus. So you don't want to tilt because this is collected at the end of the ball and awarded as a collect hang time bonus during play, actually, if the target is hit after a right in lane. Big points there. The highest scores today definitely took advantage of that. Lock down the court. Shooting any of the saucers will lock balls toward multi-ball. And to light the locks, you'll roll through a light lock lane at the upper right part of the play field. We'll show you guys that. Once multi-balls start, relock all the balls to earn millions or basket points. And the last key is they're just points. Basket points are earned from various shots throughout the game, combos, and in the end-of-ball bonus. They don't do anything during the course of the regular game but get paid out at the end of ball 3. So definitely don't want to tilt. You're dealing with hundreds of thousands to possibly millions of points on that.
We also just want to point out the keys of the game are brought to you by Path of Play and Papa. And thanks to Mike Primo and all of his efforts with what he does with his wonderful charity. Hopefully I'll be able to make it up to Canada to take part in one of the events. I know, Evan, you were up there not too long ago, and it looked like it was a lot of fun.
Oh, man, we had so much fun with the Path of Play Day up at Mike Primo's house. He's live in chat. Thanks, Mike. Just a wonderful charity sponsoring kids with autism and the things that the gaming community does for autism. And we just had so much fun up there over a weekend about a month ago, playing pinball, board games, arcade games, and just I cannot speak to how much this wonderful charity means to us at Papa and the number of Path of Play teams in the United States and Canada.
And speaking of Mike, in the chat, Path of Play, that's Mr. Primo. He's asking if Bram Stoker's Dracula remained in the lineup. No, it did not.
In fact, it died before the end of qualifying.
Yeah, I lost track of that. And just to run down the games just really quickly as we get started here, the games are Rolling Stones, Top Score, Fireball 2, Wildfire, Hoops, Batman 66, Iron Maiden, Premium, World Cup Soccer, Surf and Safari, and Indy 500. So, and now we're watching Timothy Street on ball 1 on an awesome game of Hoops, and we tune in just to see him go down the left out lane. So
very typical goofy Gottlieb/Premier playfield layout, and I kind of love these cheesy titles.
Oh,
what a save.
Nice. I thought that was straight down the middle.
We apologize.
Was that a multi-ball he was in?
It was.
Yeah, briefly.
So that I was running my mouth. I didn't even see that, so I apologize about that.
There's overhead can light that unfortunately we can't move the setting we're in, so
nice.
A little bit of glare there in the middle part of the playfield.
So one of the keys to the game that that Evan spoke of at the beginning, you'll see the spinner on the left-hand side.
Collect on the hang time.
Yeah, you'll see a spinner on the left. That spinner on the left, if you get the skill shot, which is actually above the left in lane at the very top, there's a target that stands up there. It's right above it. If you hit it, it'll light your spinner for hang time. And when you hit hang time, that will build your hang time bonus. Whenever you get the green light lit, whatever that bonus is, you'll collect it with one shot.
And you can see,
The white arrow.
given the qualifying scores, 2.6
There it
mil
is.
ball 1 is pretty excellent, actually, from what we were seeing today.
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
so you'll see the green right there, that spinner. That's what you want to hit right now.
And it is
So he
backhandable.
just tried to backhand
It is
that.
backhandable. I was able to do this on one of my decent games.
I
this
never
morning.
really tried that. I always tried
Okay.
forehand, and
Oh,
it's timed, so you see it flashing faster now. And now
Nice.
it is gone, and it is not worth what it was
Yeah,
whenever it was
yeah,
lit.
went
So
away.
and there is no grace period. There
And
is
He's
none.
got the lock lit.
Now, it looks like when you drill that thing that it's immediately in
Nice shot.
danger, but it actually does come around to the right flipper.
Apparently, earlier in qualifying, it was going right down the middle. That's what I heard from someone, but I could be 100%.
It's very
wrong.
close.
So-
You know.
Ball locked. We're in multi-ball now.
Oh, that's a nice
Nice.
shot.
So
there
now
with
the hang
spinner.
time, you'll see it right
Oh,
there.
it's
It
gone.
actually.
And
Yep.
immediate double
Oh, my
drain.
goodness, double
That's
drain.
Insane.
So you'll see hang time bonus 614,000.
See how big that is? That was twice his actual score.
So he cranked the spinner.
Just a little errant
Yep.
try to catch that ball on the left flipper, and out it went.
So again, we're following this group with Timothy, Adam McKinney, Chris Warren, and Trent Augenstein. Timothy, and I believe it was Chris. Was he just up? That
Yeah, it
who
was
playing.
Chris.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Player 2. If I read on the screen, I could see that. So Adam on player 3. Not sure how these games are playing. I didn't play in Maine, so you guys did. How was hoops playing?
I thought it was pretty fair.
Fair, but
that looks fair. That looks fair.
happened.
Right down the middle.
You don't want it to go to the out lanes because it's basically gone, but otherwise,
To me, the hardest part of this game was the plunge. So a plunge to the skill shot, which is that blinking white arrow at the very top of the play field, feeds a couple of pop bumpers, and that's never safe. And if you went the short plunge option, which I really didn't recommend because there's a light lock that you can plunge right off
really
the bat,
just
but its feed was not great either. So
your big points come off of that plunge in the top. You
Exactly.
just can't.
You can't ignore that. You
You can't
bypass
ignore it. It's too
Yeah.
valuable a shot.
All right.
I don't see soft plunging as an option in this game.
Nice. See, that was a beautiful feed there. A nice little slower spinner.
Right, and the nice thing about Gottlieb flippers is in their up position, they're at a much higher angle
And
than
they
all the
catch
other
pretty
manufacturers, so you
well,
can
yeah.
trap everything.
So
pretty
here
much.
he's going to shoot for the super slam. He's got the first ball locked. You get about 5 seconds. There it is. Now you get to choose an option, and you're always going to choose a million.
I was going to say, is it a million?
Yeah, because
I couldn't remember what the value was. I wasn't sure if it was 1 or 3.
so your baskets at the end of the game, if I remember, are multiplied by 100,000, or
Yes.
10, yeah,
So or
10,000 rather.
Yep.
So right there, it was 200,000 points versus a million. Which do you pick?
I don't know where they figured that math out. The only thing I could think is that there must be another thing associated with that.
Well, the only reason to go for baskets, if you were close anyways, at 60, that lights an extra ball,
Okay.
which I think with the way we had this game set up, and Lewis can give me the yay or nay, was that if you collected the extra ball, it gave you the active hang time bonus, which can be massive. And I'm getting a thumbs up, so I actually remember
okay.
something.
All right.
Wow,
Nicely
Evan, you were
done.
right. Nicely done. I like it.
All right, so
Evan's patting himself in the.
Oh.
Oh, that was a great save, though.
Double danger.
Little move.
And I tell you, this game likes to hang on to dangers. You will think that you're safe, and then it will tilt.
Fingertips. man.
Lewis is giving the
Playing
nod
on
because
fingertips.
he carried a double danger, and then the next ball, it double dangered again without
Ah.
touching it.
Terrific.
So you definitely want to wait.
All right, got a lock.
Yeah, that's that. It's a plunge of the ball, but that lights that spinner, and like I said, it gets super valuable.
All right,
since
so on the
he's-
second,
Oh,
so this is what happens here. This is
and
the
you don't get
terrible
to play
part.
this.
You don't get to play
You get
that.
to watch it go bye-bye.
bye ball.
So brutal.
So since he already started a multi-ball DJ, he would have needed to light 2 locks and lock 2 balls, right? For a 3-ball multi-ball.
You would need to lock one more ball
Right.
on the second multi-ball. On the third multi-ball, you have to get all 3.
Yeah, I didn't
or
get that
maybe
far.
it's just a switch.
I'm not that good.
I was actually talking to Chris earlier about that because I was on the third one, and I had 2 balls locked. I plunged the ball. I plunged it hard. It went back through the gate. Didn't hit a switch, drained, and it ended my ball.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, be careful about
That's
that.
DJ's Tale of Woe, folks.
And,
Brought to you by Carnegie Mellon University.
So the other thing about the extra ball, Steve Daniels brings this up in chat, is that the EB is kind of sketchy because the extra ball award is timed. It doesn't sit there till the end of the ball, and that is correct.
What is the extra ball award?
The way this competition was set up, it awards you your current hang time bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty lucrative,
Or it could be, right?
potentially.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that ball that I was talking about. I had a 3x play field, but my hang time bonus was only 180,000. So
Right,
3x of that was not very much.
So that was one shot. He had 441,000, and now he's at 768. So,
yeah, that's nice.
Oh, look at the shots.
so now
Get
one more shot.
Ah.
But he got another 150,000 on his slam or his hang time bonus.
You know, I like that strategy. Is just hang time bonus. It's going to hop over to the left flipper on the return and pass it back over either through a post pass or
And
the
try to
attempted
build it up
inlane
some
pass.
more, right?
I don't know what I honestly don't really like post passing with these games because of the way the flippers sit.
It did work.
But did it work?
Yeah.
At least from the
Surprisingly.
right to the left, it was very easy. Left to right, I didn't find it to be so easy.
And again, Lewis provides some information. The shatzing the inlane or inline passing, which is shooting the ball from the left flipper up to the right inlane. It'll collect your hang time bonus.
And it does say that stamped on the playfield.
Or light your collect hang time. I apologize.
Yep.
Rough ball. So
And the collect hang time is the captive ball, just so you know, because you have the active hang time spinner, and then the collect is on the captive
Is
ball.
multi-ball even worth going for?
Absolutely, yeah, because you get that slam, that super slam bonus.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I
right.
guess it's true too.
not only that, but just to have a ball likely trapped up on a flipper safe
Yeah.
while you can play the rest of the game with
Yeah.
the other one.
I've
is
played
always
this-
an advantage.
I've put up several million on this game before just by shooting hang time spinners.
Yes,
That's it.
Yeah.
I've never gone for anything else, and I always thought that was
and
just
you
kind
know
of way
what?
to go.
And probably during the process, you were getting the 2x and the 3x, which multiplies that.
Yeah, so, I don't know, man. Like I said, everybody, that's why I always ask because I just don't know which way on some of these other games. I know the base rules, but, what strategy works best. I guess it's situational. But,
Yeah, most Gobblies have one big thing. I feel like this one has 2 big things.
like TX sector, shoot the spinners. Yeah, but those ramps can get very, the value on this can get pretty high.
That's true.
Kind of like whenever you stomped us on Genesis and you had your ramps to like 24 times or something like that.
48x multiplier.
That was ridiculous. Ball won like 26 million or
that
something
was
like
a
that.
great subtle nudge. Unfortunately, the end result was not good, and Adams just had 2
He's
rough
just-
balls
he's-
here.
He's rubbing that one off.
I was gonna say he's polishing off the
He's
chrome
like, I
there.
got one more. I'm gonna take care of you.
Man.
They give you 3.
So Adam on his first game had a 1. So tough break for him. With his current score, he'll get a 0. So
That's the only thing about this game. It can be pretty housey.
yeah. And like I said, I look at the outlanes and I see how everything's set up, and they're gaping.
You got to plunge into those pops. That's the problem. Oh, see that? That's
Great
just
recovery
close.
though. Great recovery. Just a little tip thing, and get it out of there.
That-
See.
You knew that's coming, too. As soon as it hits
Yeah.
the top of that sling,
Can't trust that sling.
you better be slapping it.
This game doesn't give you too much movement. It likes to make you think that you can move it, and then it'll carry that tilt.
And you can see how the sling on the right side sits right above, or
The
a little bit,
post. Yeah.
higher than the post. So when it's over there, if it hits the top of that sling, the likelihood of your ball staying in is very, very slim.
Mhm.
And I think there were no rubbers on those either.
No,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
totally,
I mean-
totally devoid of any type of
Yep.
bouncy bounce. So hopefully Trent and Adam can,
Power in lane.
All right,
Yeah.
so Timothy's probably going to go back.
he likes
you
those
just
shots.
kinda
He's
like-
going for it.
That looked almost like a tap pass.
You know, I thought I saw somebody tap pass earlier in the game, but I thought I was just seeing things. But maybe it's true. Maybe people are tap passing.
What's he going for? Yep, lock. There you go. That's what
I
you gotta
saw
go
somebody post a video online that they were tap passing on Guardians of the Galaxy or something. I can't remember what game it was. Stern. It was ridiculous.
Star Trek Pro,
that's
wasn't it? Or
trap.
something like that.
I couldn't remember. I just saw it and I was like, what?
Hang.
Oh,
he let it
go.
go.
That was sick.
I think he was like in awe. You know, he just like
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so
He knew he was in trouble.
trying to continue with this strategy, but it's going to net some decent points here.
Hang time
Yeah,
bonus.
almost another million.
There it is.
That's solid.
There's another one. There's another 340.
I would take $5 million and
Oh,
change
yeah.
any day the way this is playing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Watch this, guys. Shot. Middle. Ay.
Oh, and then he tried to catch it.
Oh, there was so much
I
backspin.
bet you I know what happened. I'm only going to guess, but I bet you thought he could probably tip that ball over,
And he missed it.
and he missed it.
Yeah.
But that was phenomenal.
I mean, like I said, usually you can trap balls pretty easily on these flippers, but that had just insane backspin coming back off it.
yeah, multi-ball.
Well, he got a lock.
Chris has to do something here, just over a mil.
I'm not sure which multi-ball. Okay, so it's a switch. So he's rocking.
And, you know, I think the one ball hitting the other, at least temporarily, saved it.
So Lewis.
There's
that would have
there's
came back
middle.
too. Lewis seems to think that he tipped it so he could Lazarus the ball. So I don't have that forward thinking.
All right, so you got
I just can't do
230.
stuff like that. It's just advanced skill set that I don't have.
So, at best case, Chris is getting a 1 in this game. We'll see if Adam can salvage what's been a unfortunate first couple balls for him.
You know, get one multi-ball and you can catch that.
Absolutely.
And Chris is in a position where, you know, if he gets a point out of this, you know, that's a pretty big victory for him. So, because then it'll give him 5.
Yeah. That's huge.
Again, you never want to get 0. You always want to start off strong and get points. But he can afford more than the other players to get a 0 or a 1 at this point because of his victory in the first game.
Yeah, if Adam takes the 0 here, that's
It's going to be tough to come back from.
Yep.
I put up a fairly decent game in qualifying, and honestly, my strategy was from a left trap to backhand
Perfect plunge.
just over and over again, and it comes right back to the trap.
I think I know what your strategy is. It's like on the play field there, you see that guy skying over everybody.
Boy.
That's a great
nice
save. Evan just wants to dunk on people.
He wants this controlled.
Oh, I mean,
just there he goes.
I'm 5'4", so any opportunity I get to dunk on
All right.
people, I'm
Get
gonna
that middle
take
lock.
advantage.
You missed it.
That
Another
right there is
shot.
the shot you can repeat almost
Middle lock.
indefinitely.
No, didn't get it there
Uh-oh.
either. Oh, he slid. It's going to tilt. That's going to tilt.
It looked
It just doesn't give it to you.
except
Oh, he just got a warning for the next player, too. Hey, he saved it.
So the game's a little crooked right now. We're not going to touch it right now, obviously, for obvious reasons. But
yeah.
the glare is now over by the scoop.
In fact, did anybody else hear a beep? Trent may have inherited a
No, there
tilt
was a warning that popped up for his ball. Yeah.
So for the next player, that's, they'll have to play it that way. So we'll see what happens here. This is Trent is player 4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So again, a
Yep.
decent position for Trent. Before walking up to the ball, he's already guaranteed 2 points and another 2.3 mil, and
Again,
Small
like
change.
one multi-ball, you can catch that 2 mil.
and he's got the 4. But because it tilted so violently,
Not sure
Trent's-
why.
Trent,
He barely moved it.
Trent is going to take his maximum allotable time here to let that tilt bob chill.
So once again, we are broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia, at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo.
The
my name
dirty
is-
South.
Yeah, my name is Fred Cochran. To my left is Evan Bookbinder and DJ Ryle. And to my right is Louis Bevins on the production controls. So thank you for tuning in. Certainly glad that you took some time out of your evening to tune in and watch some competitive pinball.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the viewership. In case we've got any new folks to pinball, maybe tuning in now or watching this when it gets posted to the YouTubes and wondering, how does a pinball machine tilt? Inside the machine, there is basically a plumb bob, which is a metal weight that sits on a rod. And surrounding that metal weight is a ring, and they're basically both electrified. And when the tilt bob swings, because someone moved the game, and it touches the ring, you basically complete an electric circuit. And that tells the game through a switch that you moved it too much, and you're going to get penalized. And speaking of penalized, Trent's game is over.
Yeah.
So Trent looks like he came in second.
All right, he's still in good shape.
Yep. So
with Chris taking 5 now, right? So
yep. Chris leads the way with 5 after 2 games. Tim and Trent are tied at 4, and Adam unfortunately sitting at 1 point.
Yeah, so we're going to slide over, as you see the standings up on the board like we mentioned. Chris Warren with 5, Timothy and Trent with 4, Adam with 1. And then we're going to go over to Group 2. We got Steve Bowden playing Batman right now, and that group is Steve with 4, and I missed the rest of it. I apologize. But we're going to follow this until we get to Game 3. Adam McKinney behind me, coming up here and messing with me because I'm surprised he didn't wipe his towel on my face.
It's full of pinball love at this point.
It's full of pinball love, right? So I don't know much about Batman 66, so if either of you gentlemen know, DJ?
Well, it looks like right now he's running the stock multi-ball with Penguin going on, so he's going to try to take out all of those 5 arrows there.
So I understand there was a code just recently updated for this, correct?
Yeah.
And were there major changes or just kind of subtle changes?
It was mostly bug fixes.
Okay. Okay, so there were new mode sequences added in for each of the 4 main villains. And I see Shame on the screen right now. Shame on you, Shame, for being a bad guy. This is one of my favorite shows ever.
That must be what he's running then. He's running Shame with Penguin.
Yeah, this has become such a phenomenal game.
Oh, yeah.
With all the code updates. And unfortunately, a game that I don't have access to. And it's been tough to catch up because from the first renditions of code with this game back... well over a year ago now, almost a year and a half ago, to where it stands today. It's almost a completely different game in a great way. It's just loaded with content.
That was a great nudge by Steve. He knew that the ball was in trouble by the outlane. He just gave it a nudge. He knows what the threshold of the game is, and he took every bit of it.
He's going to collect this or move on.
All Penguin shots
he's
2 times.
Going to move on.
So
that'll increase the value of the Penguin shots. Now the problem is that rotisserie spinner is not really working too well in this game, so he's gonna have a tough time getting it through there.
Yeah, it felt like it rusted. If you couldn't even get it to spin around. Obviously that's not the case, but and I don't know if they intentionally did that to make people not abuse that shot.
Shoot for the Batcave,
so
it says.
When the player has the option to cash that out or choose to go on, I guess what your points are doubled. But it's an all or nothing. If you drain, you lose everything.
You lose everything, right. But this mode is the one mode where it can be extremely lucrative if you play it out right.
And unfortunately, that's what happened.
We're talking
to
100
me.
million point shots.
That right orbit, and it's blinkingly lit for a second ball lock, but if you don't hit it cleanly all the way through into a saucer, it doesn't count.
He has a diverter up there, so I know that some of the newer games with the flippers being at full power, it actually misses the diverter.
There
so
we go.
He wants to take this multi-ball in. He wants to kind of catch this Penguin in some more. It's going to be safer to take that multi-ball in with it. And you got player 1 sitting at 634, so
right.
That's just a monstrous score to have to catch back up on, and he's probably thinking go for broke here with Penguin, and there you go.
There it is.
Yep, so the third lock was lit under the crane. You couldn't see that, but we're in multi-ball, so all the green arrows are lit for jackpots. And there was a pretty decent ball save on this, if I remember.
And he's got a couple multipliers on the playfield. Looks like he's got the scoop and the rotisserie lit for double playfield scoring. So
Yep. He's also got his mystery lit for the add ball.
So, DJ, did you get a lot of time in on this during qualifying?
I played it once.
Yeah, so did I. And at that point, it really didn't matter. I just wanted to play it so I could.
I got a pretty decent score.
Oh, that
was
was a fantastic Lazarus.
And I'm
Unfortunately,
thankful
it
for
ended
that
abruptly.
because at one point I think there was 12 deep on this game.
This game was 12 deep in queue, and I can verify that.
12 deep, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
I just
He's going to 3x.
felt I couldn't be able to comment on it if I didn't play it, so I had a decent game. But
Adam West, KG Bird. One of the most awesome things about the Batman show is everything was kind of subtle. If you didn't pay attention, you can miss some funny stuff.
almost saved.
man.
He might have actually popped it into the outlane.
Yeah.
But it was a great. He knew he was in danger. The ball's a little bit bouncy over there. So, but
At that point, he's got to go for that to catch player
absolutely.
one.
Here comes the Lazarus right here. Boom. He
Oh,
dug it
that's-
out of there, but then he lost the rest of his multi-ball pretty quickly after that, though. So it almost seems like that's been happening a lot. The Lazarus has been coming out, and then they've been, everything goes away.
I just love these scenes from the old show.
Yeah,
'cause those
that's awesome.
cars
I
were
love
so amazing back then.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make them like they used to.
That was a Flatiron building, if I'm not mistaken there. We were just in New York City.
They
few weeks
just
back.
did such a good job with this game. They really did.
Yeah, so there was a chat question whether or not the Penguin Level 3 mode is still crazy.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, what Steve did there doesn't even compare to what was done earlier. Lewis and I kind of watched one of the qualifying games where that was blown up, basically.
Yeah, there's not too many of these on location. There was actually one near my house at home at a miniature golf and driving range, and I've never made it up to play it, but I'm pretty sure they're not running on the most current code.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they probably haven't updated it.
Well,
Yeah.
the lowest level of this game is pretty expensive, so it might be one of the reasons why you don't see many on location.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised. Somebody told me it was there, and I went up and played it a couple times, and it was, it's a location game, and I was like, wow, these things are, pretty pricey, and I know they're desirable with collectors.
The artwork, which you can't see. I mean, the playfield artwork's great, but the cabinet artwork matches, and it's just one of the most beautiful games I think they've produced.
Mm.
It's a great theme. I think they did a great job with when everybody said, well, they're going to rehash the old Batman.
It doesn't
the
play
Stern.
anything like the old Batman.
No, it
though.
doesn't.
The
And
Dark Knight, you mean?
they
Yeah.
they used a couple elements from the game, but they added some interesting shots. And like I said at the beginning, a lot of people were saying, well, where's this, where's that? But give them some time.
Yeah, I think it was one
now
of those
the game's
things
awesome.
because the playfield seemed so open that
Right.
it didn't seem interesting. But code can do wonders for a game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And we've
Yeah.
seen a lot of that out of this company in the last 6 months, really, with Code
Yeah, they've
reviving
really
a number of recent titles.
I mean,
over
would
the
you
past
ever
4 or
thought
5 years.
Star Trek would have gotten an update?
Nope. I mean, I've been happy. I got I basically got a brand new AC/DC, a brand new Walking Dead,
Uh-huh.
and a number of other titles.
Oh, was that
Gar-
off the bat phone?
I think it was.
And it didn't catch it and just threw it. Oh man, that's a bum deal there.
Yeah.
So I just found out that whenever Levy was playing his ball, before that, when he was getting his score, he's at 600 million. It was not with Penguin; it was with Riddler.
Oh,
So he
interesting.
must have crushed it.
I don't know a big lucrative way to go through Riddler, but I mean,
Clearly, Levy knows the Riddler.
Lots of multi balls. Evan Bingham.
Either that or the G Fuel did it.
the Penguin strategy is tough. You got to do a lot of work.
So Evan Bingham is up at the table, 13 million. Got some work to do. Not sure how much time Evan has on this game, but
Almost
Evan and I
backhanded that to an
chatted
alley.
quite a bit over the last day and a
And
half.
look at that,
here,
like a late
and
skill shot there.
I'd have to look it up, but I don't get a feeling he did play this game a lot.
I played it. You know what? I actually played it in Buffalo at the Buffalo Open last year and got like 700 million, and I have no idea how I did it because I don't know how to play the game. But they were telling me I was doing combos and was able to just load up on points. But that was a different code altogether. But
I think that's the first time I played that
There's
game in a
Shane.
tournament, to be honest.
shame on you,
With the
Shane.
Buffalo.
I actually, I played this at one of my favorite spots, VUK, Vuk in Bethesda, Maryland. Had one of these, and
that place is so much fun.
I had the grand champion for like a year on this thing with a couple bill, and of course, well, the game's not there anymore, and so there goes my high score.
I don't believe it. Then pictures of it didn't happen.
There are pictures.
They're probably photoshopped.
I think TJ and Lewis took a picture when they went there months later. Like,
we went there. We smelled wonderful pizza, and we played lots of Total Nuclear Annihilation.
Yeah, shout out, just an awesome pizza place / pinball arcade. But yeah, when I played that game there, which is the last time I played it before today, it's like 10 code revisions ago. It's not even the same game. So.
Yeah, they do a great job with these codes updates. They've what Iron Maiden is at one,
solid, absolutely phenomenal.
Guardians of the Galaxy, a couple months ago people were saying all Groot was shooting Groot, which it was,
and then it became all orb,
and now it's fantastic.
And now it's a pretty balanced.
There's
game.
a lot of really cool stuff to do in that, and I've been playing a lot of that game just for the fact that they updated the code. And it's a fantastic game.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you can't always figure it out from the beginning.
Right.
You have some ideas and things, but you have to get some play time on it to really kind of feel out what's going to make it balanced and good.
And you want it to work for not only the skilled players like we have here today, but the novice player who walks in off the street that you're trying to get hooked on pinball. The game has to make sense to them. You know, it's what do I do when I hit the start button and plunge the ball? And I think they've really started to nail that.
That's interesting. I don't know why he took that mode.
I am not sure either.
Mr. Freeze. Because he looks cool.
It's Evan Bingham, and
Mr.
he knows
Freeze.
what he's doing.
And it's way better than the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze. Because that was pretty awful.
He's just thinking, ice cream.
But Evan uses...
Everybody loves ice cream. Come on.
Evan uses a nice, the little hop-over pass from one flipper to the other to get the ball stopped and under control, and it's a great advanced flipper skill.
So, Dave, those ice cream trucks that you just showed in the graphic there? Mm-hmm. Every one of us bought ice cream from a truck like that.
Oh, yeah.
At some point.
I think my neighborhood ice cream truck still uses one of those.
Do they play cool music when they're going down the street?
Oh, yeah. It's just the bells, man. It's like the time, it's tradition.
Although it might be the same music from that Zachariah Clown game.
No, ours played It's a Small World ad nauseum, and you just wanted the truck to leave.
That's not a good marketing thing. If you play annoying music, nobody's going to want to get your truck. Go to your truck.
But at the same time, they'll know that means ice cream.
They got to change it up, put Slayer in there or something like that.
Iron Maiden ice cream truck.
A chime box playing Slayer.
That would be fantastic. 8-bit Slayer.
If anybody's listening, we've got ideas here in the booth.
I'm thinking even further. Electromechanical Slayer.
That would be interesting. That'd be like a Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing. So
Steve Bowden steps up for his ball 3, sitting at just under 215 million. But overall, he's got the lead with 4 points. So,
and again, we're following this group until they're done with this game, and then we're going to go to our first group that we've been following for Game 3 on that group. So everybody's taking a little bit of a break.
Makers of superior umbrellas, KG Bird and Company.
So, this is interesting to kind of watch and see what he's going to go for here, because 200 is really not knocking it out of the park by any means, and player 4 could definitely catch him. At the same time, do you think he's going to go for broke, or you think he's going to just kind of pad some stats here?
The only person behind him is sitting at 24 million. So if I were him, I'd go for the first position, because I think that's more likely to happen than for him to get caught from behind. So you might as well go for it.
I've learned that I don't try to get inside to the head of a world-class pinball player, because I just can't do it. So I'll let you theorize all day.
Yeah. Steve's just a world-class person.
Oh, absolutely.
He goes way beyond pinball.
Here's the
awesome
Mad Hatter.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. We were chatting earlier and walked around the event a little bit and played some free play area games and things like that. And just a great guy to hang out with all the time. Always fun, positive. If you see Steve on location, walk up to him and say hi, man. And he's a great guy.
Steve is one of the ambassadors to Path of Play and was actually up in outside Toronto with me at Mike's place there back about a month ago. We had an awesome time. And he may have let me win, I guess, on Dialed In and Attack from Mars up there. At least made me feel like I can compete with.
You mean
the
that
guy.
really awful game of Attack from Mars that you played?
No, not
the one
that
that you
one.
couldn't even kill a saucer?
Yeah, that was after I put up the 34 billion grand champion on the same
Yeah.
machine. Funny how that light switch turns on and off so quickly.
Oh, it happens. Oh, it
But
definitely happens.
To my defense, it was like 2:30 in the morning when we got around to the
All right.
Path of Play.
This is the right thing
Event.
here. Dom's got to think.
The Gamer Olympics.
I need to catch 64 million and get a point here.
And
Start
it
the
doesn't seem like a
multi-ball.
large number.
Don't do
DJ,
anything else.
But the mental game is just an important part
There
of it.
you go.
Perfect.
Get 'em, boys. Shall we, Robin? Let's.
Woohoo!
And multi-ball.
So the jackpot value isn't necessarily big in this multi-ball, but once you can get
No,
things
but you
going.
can do Catwoman during it. And
Yep.
Good old Julian Lumar. He's biffing and boffing his way.
Zhao, Pow,
34.
Kapow.
Kapow.
All right.
Nice trap.
Cradle.
There goes the
Perfect.
Joker.
Add a ball.
Boom.
Oh, great.
Oh,
That doesn't matter
Go
because
start-
he's getting all
Yep,
those
he's
back.
getting the ball.
Start picking off some stuff.
as Greg Galanter would say, he's making
Sometimes
stuff
I-
happen.
You know,
In this
when,
case, you want to let balls go down the drain while that ball saver's active just to kind of free up the play field a little bit. Give you some
the
clean
time
shots.
to trap.
Now's the time to trap up.
Can't get a control yet. Too much going on.
Fun fact, mode stacks. Other modes show on the side of the TV screen.
There
So
you go.
you'll see the TV
Oh,
screen over there.
yeah.
So with the mode stack,
I never noticed that because I don't look at the display
Oh,
while I play.
man.
Lewis's sharp eye. Again, all-knowing Lewis over here. If I have a rule or
There
a
you
question
go,
about a
Super.
game,
Collect that. Just make
Always
sure
has an
you get
answer.
your point. Make sure you get your
Oh,
point.
this is interesting, and
Yeah.
he collected because
Yeah, you
that
have to.
guaranteed him the
they've got the point. So now he starts going after Steve. There's Julie.
And
Catman's
only
captured.
Dum, 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 dum.
190 million to catch Steve.
Nice little backhand there.
Thought he was going to try to do a sling trap there. I thought he was going to try to do the
So
old
he's gonna
Spider-Man
start
shot.
penguin.
Yep.
Nice dead bounce and another backhand.
Nice work.
I like it.
Two-time multipliers.
See,
lit.
that was almost too early because that rotisserie was still turning around there.
So he backhands.
could've
Now that
lost
shot
that.
is multiplied right now.
Yep. Hit that left loop.
The left loop's going to do a whole bunch of things for him if he can hit this.
Bam.
Maybe.
No?
Clean.
Did it count it?
No.
He got points. He got 800,000 for it, but he didn't finish. Oh my goodness.
So he got the,
So it
the
doesn't give him
orange
the
lit
multiplier.
shot, but not the
Correct.
TV and all the other stuff that's at the far back
oh
of that
boy.
shot.
Grab it. Grab
Oh,
it.
good
grab
Lord.
it. Grab it. Oh my God. Grab. There you go.
All right, control.
Control.
There it is.
That's the rest
And he
of the
nails
shot.
it. Sweet. So,
Shame time.
So the bat computer lights the multiplier shot, so he can pick another
Right.
shot on the playfield
And I
to
picked the
multiply.
cowboy.
Pick
Random
shame.
cowboy.
Pick shame.
That's a multi-ball.
Shame on you. Shame. I'm just gonna keep saying that because it's so awesome.
And two balls better than one, and he can really start grinding away some points here.
So in a
Ugh.
shame multi-ball, what's what's the strategy on this one? Just shooting just the jackpot shots. Flashing
See,
targets.
I mean, I'm going for the mode stuff, so I think what he was thinking there, take the crane, light the penguin shots, start to work towards that.
And there's obviously an add a ball in this mode, too, that he picked up
There is.
He's at 113 now.
Ugh.
Multi-ball ends.
See, you had the
Back to single ball play. Nice drop catch.
He's got 130 million to catch up to Steve.
yeah, he's got a ways to go. He's not close yet.
6.3 on that
That's-
shot. 2.2.
Now there's decent value.
Getting some combos. That shot wasn't lit though. So he's got the backhand shot here. That could have been double value for that shot if he went for it, or the one on the ramp on the left.
Can
So
backhand that? No.
no, he
He's
took
gonna
that
go for
shot.
now.
That's 6.9. He should take the
I'd be
backhand
taking
on
the
that.
safe.
Because he was so
no-risk
good at
shot.
that, he had it dialed in.
Yeah. He went for forehand on that shot.
Another nice drop catch there.
I don't
Oh,
know.
boy.
Yeah, he's going for the loop, I think.
Yeah, with that crane over there, that's not a
Let it get out of the way and take the backhand.
backhand.
No.
He's post transferring. He's going for. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what he's going for.
It looks like he's shooting for that loop, but
I'm pretty sure he, like I said, he was getting, good value with his multiplied shots. Why he hasn't taken a shot to the penguin yet, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
He's good.
he's good.
he lives.
It's real good.
He's
All right.
Okay.
TV. Yep.
One of the latest other shame. We're told.
So he must have been going for the TV targets to light shame again.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice mystery.
That makes sense. King Tut, no, take points. Mad Hatter.
What?
What's he gonna do? Mad Hatter, the 13th hat.
Interesting. All right, maybe I'll learn something new.
Oh,
what? Maybe I won't.
Wow. I thought he was gonna be able to pull that off. He looked like he was.
Yeah, he was rocking and rolling there.
And there goes right out of pop bumpers
Oof.
and bye bye.
That's rough. There's nothing.
That was
you
a
can
tough
do
way
there.
to end the ball after grinding away for about 150 million points.
Riddler half champion.
I think it's like
Did you get to share it with somebody?
no Riddler 1/2.
All right, so that ends that game. Levy gets 4 points for that victory right there.
We get a little laptop action.
Steve took second. Dominic took third.
Now that other Shane was lit, wasn't it?
It was.
I don't understand why
I
he didn't
I
take
don't
that.
either.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's your free multi-ball.
So after 2 games on this group, Steve Bowden with 6, Levy with 5, Dominic 3, and Evan with 0, unfortunately. But once the game is picked, we're going to be actually going back to Group 1, which is Chris Warren with 5, Timothy Street and Trent with 4, Adam McKinney with 1. Just to update everybody else, Group 3 is Fred Richardson with 5 points, Paul Karras with 4 points, Sanjay Shah with 3, and Nick Zendehouse with 2. In Group 4, Justin Campbell with 8, Will McKinney with 4, Zachary Parks with 2, and Derek with 0. So we're going to go to Indy 500.
All right, a game I know and love well.
And we're going to get Evan here to tell us the keys to the game for Indy 500, brought to you by Path and Play and Papa.
A guaranteed multi-ball, as they say in this game. Shoot the left orbit to progress toward lighting the turbo for locks. I think the game spots one right off the bat. Lock 2 balls to start multi-ball, and basically the jackpots are done by alternating the ramps left and right. You have a choice of which one you want to start with. And if you lock all 3 balls in the turbo shot, that's going to give you a super jackpot, which can be pretty massive. And locking those balls is an add-a-ball as well. Mode Lappin'. If you shoot the left orbit, will light a mode start shot on the right orbit. And the mode selected will be the currently flashing light on the lower playfield track. We'll show you those, a bunch of red lights. And the green flag saucer, which is at the top center of the playfield, will be lit. You can also start a mode that way in single ball play. The last key, Super Looper. Shooting the left loop into the turbo shot is a combo, kind of like the Picard maneuver without a ramp. Is a loop turbo combo that builds progressively in value and can be worth a lot of points if you've got that dialed in. Obviously, that also works as a lock shot.
Excellent.
All right, thank you, Evan, for that. And again, thank you, Path of Play and Papa, for sponsoring the keys to the game. So we're going to see what happens here.
So I actually played quite a bit of this today. Did you, DJ?
I played 1 game.
How did you even try to qualify? Every game we've talked about,
So,
you said that you
well,
played one
I
time.
watched. Let's
That's not
just
even
say,
possible.
okay, I watched DJ's 1 game. He literally only needed 1 game because he smashed the snot out of it.
No, I know. I asked him, actually, the first thing I asked him this morning, I was like, how'd you get 1.8, Bill? And he goes, I made the shots I wanted to make.
Okay, there was just a phenomenal nudge to save that ball from the right out lane, and then loop turbo combo into the lock. It's like he listened to the keys of the game. Of course, Timothy already knows all the keys to the game, but
This is
The
one of
fact
those
he's
games
still alive.
where, if you're dialing in the left loop and the the lock shot,
bam, right
man,
there.
you are in this game.
He's that's super fast. He's in multi-ball. Just perfect shot execution there. Lit the locks and hit them both.
And you got a double danger to save that first one, so he's probably feeling
Hopefully
it now.
he's cognizant of that and doesn't make a unnecessary move here.
So now we're going to shoot left and right ramps.
Yep, and for the first one, he can pick either. He started with the left, so now the jackpot's lit on the right, and he collected that. Now we're back to the left. And if you can get balls trapped up in cradle, which I think is what you did, DJ, oh my gosh, you can just pick these off, alternating back and forth.
Yeah.
But he's also going, if you saw the shot up the top where he shot the ball to lock for the multi-ball in the first place, you get 3 in there, super jackpot time.
Yeah. The other cool feature about the multi-ball in this game that other games don't have is that you can add a ball. So if you're in 2-ball play, you get 2 locks into the lock. It'll add a 3rd ball.
Right.
Really cool. Really rewards you.
And so he's back to regular. He got the 1-ball lock that was kicked out because it is timed. So now he's got to nail the left or the right ramp in order to light his jackpot again on the right and left.
Oh,
It
unfortunately,
like
lost
shats
2.
the trough there.
Ultimately, like when you play multi-ball, the optimal way to start is if you shoot a thought scoop
Nice
and you
shot.
get the random award. If you get the multiplier 3 times playfield, then you're talking hundreds of millions on jackpots.
Yeah, one of the things that if you can line it up nice is to get that 3x playfield going right before you start a multi-ball.
It's a great feeling because you can see your score just skyrocket from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you can line up that 3x playfield mode, and that's what you did, right?
That started the
you brought
game.
that into the multi-ball and just it was like a half
That was
bill,
about
600 million.
Yeah. And then it was all gravy after that.
If you had done nothing else, that probably would have been a fairly decent qualifying
It
score.
would have.
It's fantastic when you actually play a game, and you play it once and you crush it, and you don't have to play it again. You're okay, I'm done with you. You're out of here.
Who's my next victim?
Yeah, and then you also get humbled though too, because you walk up to the game and you think, hey, great, I just I feel I made everything that I wanted to make, and then you play the next game and you're brought back down to earth.
I don't know what that's like, DJ. I'd love to know actually what the game you played after this did to you. Crushed
Actually,
that too.
pretty close to it was World Cup, and I put over $2 billion on that.
my
So
gosh.
I was in the mode. These things happen.
Is there a live scoring link online?
Yeah, I thought maybe you had that handy. We can get that for you, Michael. We will.
don't.
We'll get you the link. It's neverdrains.com / I think it's there. It is PV5.
Yeah, neverdrains.com /
PV5.
V is in Victor 5.
There it is.
There you see.
Thank you, Lewis,
on the
for getting
title.
that up there quickly.
My
so
man.
if you want to follow along at home and watch.
All right, so 11. Who
Or
was
just
player
follow.
2 there? Was that? I didn't catch who player 2 was.
We were too busy around our mouths.
looking at web
Chris
URLs.
was.
We were looking at
Chris,
the internet,
okay.
yes.
And that's gone.
So he had a
Yowzers.
so it was funny. Well, not funny, but
Yowzers.
he drained out of the right out lane, had a ball save, and then promptly drained it out there again.
This one did have some give where I felt if the ball was sitting on an outlane post, if you gave it a good upward nudge, it'd come back out.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the way India goes, you have a chance to play your ball. It doesn't go into pop numbers or anything crazy. It gives it right to your right flipper. So if you have a bad ball, it's probably no one to blame but yourself.
That's usually how I blame
I
who
blame
anyways.
everybody else.
Yeah, other people blame the game. Other people blame other people. Other people like Evan does. I just blame myself because I know it's totally my fault. And yeah,
I've got a whole list of
I own it.
excuses.
I own it.
Tired, hungry.
you gotta get past that, man. Just own your mistakes and move on, man. Learn from them. Move on.
Fine, I hereby proclaim that I stink at pinball.
What in the world was that?
What happened?
There is a small ball save on this, though.
I didn't see even what happened. It just went out.
That just went out.
Okay, let's see. Lewis is quick on the draw here.
It looks like it popped
What?
off the habit trail into the outlane.
It moonwalked him.
That was pretty crazy.
I have not seen that on this game. I see it on
Yowzers.
games like Demolition Man's like famous for doing that.
What other game was doing that, flying off the habit trail? I was just recently playing a game, and it was flying off. It was just nuts. I can't remember which one it was. But it doesn't happen too often.
I love that shot. So
Great shot.
again,
yeah.
that builds in value. I think it's in 2 million increments. So the next time he
Guaranteed
does
multi-ball.
left loop into that saucer on the fly, it'll be 14 mil.
There's one jackpot.
Yeah,
This is
basically at this point, you know, you alternate the ramps for the jackpots, and you know, try to get that lock shot again when you get a moment, just like that.
This kind of reminds me of Scared Stiff and the way you try to attack the multi-ball.
Mm-hmm.
This is for me. This is a really underrated game.
I love this game, actually.
I remember when I first started to get into competitive pinball. This is one of the games I actually had to play. He got a super jackpot. I think what 60 million. Yeah,
Oh, that's huge.
And I never played it before, and really just got my butt kicked by it, but learned to appreciate the game over time, and it's actually a really good game to play, and it's a great tournament game.
Yeah, I wonder if the theme has, you know, a part to do with that. It's not like extremely interesting unless you're into racing, but the play field and the rules and everything else, it's a pretty solid game.
It's pointed out that he had a wrong turn value that he also collected while he got that super jackpot, so lots of points for Trent.
So still in multi-ball here.
And you know, okay, so you still got two
nice
going.
save.
He's gonna try to, couldn't get it.
That's the nice thing about this too is like if you don't have the option of shooting the left ramp for the jackpot, you still want to shoot it anyways, so you can shoot it into the lock
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
go for your super. So you know that left ramp doesn't have to be lit for a jackpot for it to be a valuable shot.
Oh, just rattled a little bit on him.
Oh, that was great. That was a great to get that away from the out lane. He hit it with the upper flipper to get it away from the out lane. That was fantastic.
The other thing I love about this game, it's a wonderful game for practicing orbit shots because they're
video
always
mode.
active for something.
I remember we talked about you practicing your loop passes.
Yep.
This is a good game to practice your loop.
So you know what's interesting about this video mode is that you can hit the oil slicks, like those right there. You can hit them; they're fine. They don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
No,
They
they don't.
They don't qualify as debris.
They look like Tic Tacs. Like just
Don't hit
small
that
Tic Tacs.
though.
Like that, you could hit it. Just avoid the other stuff.
That car, you don't want to hit the car.
No tires. That you can hit. You said.
Another car.
Oh, he's just pulling this.
He's
apart.
a masterful driver. Look at this.
Woo!
Oh my God,
Trent can
serpentine.
drive me anywhere.
Just sweeping
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Sweeping.
that didn't look like a sprinter. That
Chris
was
is just like, I don't know what to do. That's just crazy.
Boy, Deborah must feel really safe when Trent drives.
I know, like that. I mean, jeez.
just relaxes.
I mean, because basically that looks like Pennsylvania roads there.
I mean, that car wasn't even hauling pinball machines.
I know. I was gonna say if it did, it was handling pretty well. With 10 new in the box games in the back of it.
Right.
He was driving that as if there were a couple Supremes in the back of his truck.
Deft touch. Oh my. Oh, they got it back though. He got that ball back.
Look at the use of the upper right flippers.
Yeah, you don't always have to like. The one thing about upper flippers, there are a lot of
what a
games that
tip
was
pass.
fantastic.
That almost didn't work, but I think he kind of found it there.
The upper flipper on some games, you don't have to just like flail away and just shoot it and just hope for the best. There are times where you just use it to keep yourself out of danger, and he's actually done it a few times on this ball.
Another 14 mil for a loop turbo combo.
You can tell this is not his first rodeo on this game.
I think Trent was around playing competitive pinball when it was invented.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
He's been, he's been around for so long, and he's played competitive pinball for so long.
Absolutely dialed into that shot. The other thing I like about
it gives
this
all
game,
of us young bucks hope.
Another
Yeah,
multi-ball.
okay.
It seems like he's been in the multi-ball for the last half hour.
the three of us with like a combined 120 years of experience. But right back in a multi-ball, and I don't think we set the locks too hard here in competition play.
No, once your second one, you have to shoot the orbit 3 different times, so
And
you still have to make the shots.
Right.
he's still got a 3X in the bank that he hasn't collected yet. So.
Correct.
So those modes, of which 3X playfield is one of them, are the track there on the lower half of the playfield. There
What a
are
nudge.
a bunch
What a
of
great
red
nudge.
red indicated icons there, circles.
Oh,
And the 3X is in white. It's the bottommost one on the playfield, right above the center drain. So he's pretty far away from that. And the way to move your mode around, I don't know if it's locked in for competitive. No, it's not. Is a right ramp shot.
yeah, Super Jets is it right now.
And I always thought it was pop bumpers like most other games, but Lewis corrected me on that, and I appreciated the help actually earlier.
The right ramp advances it?
Yeah.
All right, so if
I
you
didn't
saw,
know that.
If you saw the points go up, it's because at the end of your ball, you get to collect what you've done in modes. It's very similar to like Addams Family, Twilight Zone, things like that. And you tilt, you lose it.
Yeah, and it can be several hundred million in a best case scenario.
So you have to have your wits about you for sure. You know, you look up, you may not have as many points as you thought, but it's in your bonus.
So Timothy, who after the third player thought he was in amazing position here after ball one, actually sits in second place by a substantial margin.
Yeah. That's the thing about Indy is that good multi-ball, you can catch that quick.
The other cool thing I like about this game is some of the call-outs are just phenomenal. Like, if you don't make shots.
Ball just came off the habit trail again.
Yeah, it did. That was really errant.
Got to keep an eye on that. That
Look
may,
at
end
that.
Up,
You
may
can't-
end up doing something horrible.
3 balls on 1 flipper.
Nice control. Got both of the jackpots lit, so there
I
you
think-
go.
I
Very
think it-
nice.
Great separation into the Elwyn.
I think if you don't make
Nice
the lock shot fast enough or whatever, that one of the call-outs is I wonder if he even knows that upper right flipper's there.
That's pretty good.
Nice save.
Nice.
Oh, what a bank shot right into the wall.
Oh, man.
Get the 8-ball corner pocket.
Oh, you almost had another one there.
God, it's so hard to do. You're trying to control 3 balls at once and put that ball in the lock
Oh!
Did you see that?
That was
I
amazing.
wasn't sure if he was
Beautiful.
going to see that ball coming
Yeah,
around
he
like that,
did.
but he nailed it.
Yep. Perfect. Oh. Yeah, you want that ramp. Get that ramp.
Oh, that's not going to get up there.
That's all right.
That other ball's going to come back
Nice
here.
nudge. Perfect.
You get about 5 seconds, I think.
He's pushing a little bit. He's forcing his shots right now. I think he should just, grab the balls if he can. Trap up. And
Yeah,
then
he
take
needs
a
to trap and get that ramp shot.
There it
down.
is. Okay, so it's out of his mind now. Right into the
Boom,
shot. Boom.
perfect.
Fantastic.
And
That's the second one.
The satisfying part about the left
There you
ramp
go.
jackpot
Nice
is
and
the
easy.
feed right
Oh,
to
he's
the
going
lock.
for the
Yeah,
jack.
I was surprised by that. I thought maybe he was going to go for the
the
ramp
lock,
there again.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would always go for that lock.
Well, he's getting the points.
Nice tip over.
46.
There it is.
Maybe it's just
Jackpot.
me and wanting to play safe, but that out of ball is always a nice thing to have.
Great nudge to the in lane.
Almost messed up the tip pass. He did it a little bit early, but he recovered from it. So
Oh, look at this. Back to 414. He is staring Trent down and saying, "I'm not afraid of you."
yeah, I think about 3 minutes ago we were talking about how he was
double drain.
he was behind, and then all of a sudden, if you look up now, he's 14 million behind Trent.
Outstanding ball.
So the ball's going to come around. So you were just saving the ball and preventing a center drain there. He shot the ball in purposely into it.
Oh, that's just brutal.
That's
Oh man, grace period.
Lock.
There you go.
Perfect.
Make it pay off.
So Chris has 4, Trent has 4, Adam with 1,
There's going to be
Timothy with 0.
the one thing that our broadcasts tend to do is drive up the prices of some of these games. Like there's going to be a run on Indy 500.
Oh, like they could be driven up any further.
They can.
Yeah, if the past 7 years have proved anything, yes, pinball prices will just continue to increase.
The current price of this game, I still think it's one of the better values out there.
Definitely this one for sure. There's a
And-
couple here like World Cup 2. I think
Yep.
is just a phenomenal game.
And come Tuesday, my statement will be null and void.
What's Tuesday?
I don't know. Give it a couple days for the market to open.
Oh, I thought you had something like very specific to say that was going to happen on Tuesday, but yeah, fortunately I don't have to deal with that. I don't buy games.
Indianapolis 500, endorsed by Papa TV, is now increased by $1,000.
They talked about it on the stream. My God, it's increased. So Chris is starting to get into a little bit of a groove with his jackpots. He's nailed a few.
Nice slap of the cabinet to deaden that ball.
Perfect shot right to the lock, and another one to
almost
follow it
had
up.
them
It bounced out, though. So he's going to go for that left ramp.
Well, that was
Nice.
fantastic.
Bounce over, shot. Nope. I think
And that's the
this is-
thing you can do is, you can nudge the game in a number of different ways, and Chris likes to
I
give
love it.
the,
He's
cabinet
active right now.
action. And
Nice shot. Get that lock. Get that lock. Oh.
It was kind of interesting because he
How
had
did that
like
not stick?
he had like 3 or 4 shots with ball locked and couldn't hit the ramp, and then as soon as that ball got kicked out, he hit that ramp.
Yep.
Up, warning.
slapping
Come on,
the
buddy.
cabinet
You're
just
still
a bit
you're
too
still
hard.
rolling. Let's go.
Nice
There you
dead
go.
bounce.
Perfect.
Get up
Oh, it didn't clean.
Oh, nice drop catch though. That was fantastic.
That ball just stopped
Bam.
on a
There we
dime,
go.
right back in
Right
there.
in there. Boom. Oh, I missed.
Get another shot, maybe. See if it gives them enough time here. Oh,
Bonus multiplier is good too.
Don't tilt. Just. Oh,
what
that
a
was
nice.
beautiful.
Just some incredible action here. Phenomenal level play.
Oh, that was a great
look at that.
reactionary save.
he is feeling this game
Orbit,
right
he's going to make a shot. Oh, he almost had it. He had 2 chances.
Oh, my
He had 2
gosh.
different shots at it. How he's keeping both these balls in play right now, I have no idea. It's
now.
disgusting.
A little bit of fortune there with like the balls coming at the
All
same
right.
time to
Trying to
those
get that
out.
other ball to a trap.
Yeah, because normally when you have those balls get so close to each other, one of them's going away.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was gorgeous.
Yeah, right orbit, or right ramp rather,
I
and then left ramp.
That's it.
Bam.
you know, I mean, again, I probably would have taken the left ramp and tried to take that clean shot to the
Go
lock.
for the
but
super. Yeah, build toward the
Yeah.
super.
Decent bonus, 58.
But, you know,
mil,
nice-
and
nice
hey,
collect there.
He's sitting at 400.
as he's saying, right back in it.
Chris and Timothy, good friends. They're ribbing each other here.
Old chums.
Watch this replay. I mean, the ball's like, fractions of an inch from being a
The ball,
drain,
the
and
ball
yet
control.
Adam is now sitting here saying, I want to join this party. It's that lower left button.
Adam wants to buy something off us. We can't sell him. Let's go, Adam. Adam with 1 point. Again, he's not out of it. He only has 1
Oh,
point.
you got
He
2
is-
balls going
it'd be
here.
awesome to
You-
see him put up 400 or 500 mil, and everybody's in this thing with a huge score.
There he
Great.
goes.
It's a great way to start. Get a shot, build the confidence, and repeat. So let's see if he goes live shot for the ramp mode. Oh, he missed.
That's side to
He's
side.
not. He's not having a good time with
Boom.
that live
Oh.
shot. It seems like.
But he's nailing that shot.
yeah.
And that
All
shot's
right. There you
big.
go. Get a little bit of time now with this multi-ball.
All right.
Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of play. Get a feel on the table. You just can't seem to get that flash shot to the left ramp.
Orbit. Oh, had the orbit shot going.
Just caught that ball on the tip
There's
of the
one.
flipper.
Now get that
That's
ramp.
where you
get
wanna
that
be.
out of your system. There. Oh man, just can't get it.
Looks like it needs it to be a clean shot. Like
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
wasn't very clean.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, back to basics here.
Left orbit.
Left orbit. Let's
and
go.
the
Nails it and nails it again.
Perfect.
There you go.
And a free 14
He's got
million
that
for
shot
your
down.
work.
He's got that shot down for sure.
Oh, my
power
goodness.
outlane. Good night. And Adam
Shrug it
shrugs
off.
and like, hey, nothing you can do about that.
Again, though, he's just not finding that left ramp.
Shout out to our producer, Louis
I feel like
Bevins.
he should have had the left one of those two.
Yeah.
Mike Primo giving some props on the production. We're gonna Trent. Here's where he's driving the the new in-box Iron Maidens to his eagerly awaiting customers. He's got a truck full of maids. Look at that serpentine, serpentine, serpentine.
He would have kept going all day if the game would have let him.
I want to see him do that with Furbas.
That's not happening.
Some shadow work.
And there's no trigger.
Yep.
And no trigger. No smart missile.
The master of video modes, Trent Augenstein. 3, 2, 1, and a free $30 million for sitting there.
Hey, man.
That always works out nice. It never happens to me. So he made pretty good progress on the racetrack. He's got 5 modes completed.
It looks like we will not make it to hoops because this is the last game, right?
It appears so. And Trent just shot it out in the outlane. Great game by Trent, though.
Well, still,
one
though,
ball left.
everybody's still in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, even Adam.
Yep. Oh, okay.
So this is what I was talking about earlier. If you talk about Group 2, there's a three-way tie with 7 points. And that actually almost happened in the Classics finals where we almost had 3 players tied for 7, but one player fell just a little bit short to avoid that.
But he's still amazing in our eyes.
It's crazy. Like I said, you think you might be out of it, and then you're not.
Yeah, and the person who was leading your group heading into the final game didn't even make the tiebreak. So,
correct.
This scoring
He did
format
not.
can.
On the other hand, you can think you're in it, and then all of a sudden, that last game just
And not only that,
takes you out.
He was knocked out of that tiebreak by 1,000 points on Embryon, which is really rough.
Yeah, so, talking to Evan last week, we were playing at DJ's at a tournament, and then he had a bad ball. And he mentioned this to me on the way down here. He said, you just told me to forget about it, and I did, and I ended up, finishing second. And that's what you got to do. You have to have a short memory. You may have a terrible ball. You may make a terrible shot. You may make a terrible mistake. But, how you react to it is super important. And if you just move on and,
just try to collect the best that you can,
yeah,
right?
make the next couple shots. You forget about that. As soon as you make a couple shots, you forget about it, and you start feeling good about your game again.
Yep.
All of it. We all know how to play, so
it's easier said than done, though. Sometimes,
but it does get streaky.
So
nice.
yes,
Tim just crushing that
Tim
turbo
has
shot.
Well, 3 times playfield is lit for Tim, but he can't start it now.
Tim says, "I want to play tomorrow."
He's going to trap up. He's been, Tim's been displaying lots of great ball control. And watching him, wow, that would have been
2
inlane
saves.
Kind of surprised they didn't come back.
The ball was going down the middle, and the 2 balls were going towards the outlane. It looked like it was going to be down the middle and 2 on the outlanes. Thankfully for him, it did not happen.
Oh, we haven't seen this yet.
There you
15
go.
million. Take it.
Yep. The only thing better than that is 20.
I like
and
taking
that's
20
not
points.
guaranteed.
I like taking 20 points
20
or whatever
points.
it is.
20 million, not 20 points.
And there goes his 3-play.
3x. That's
There
it's
it
a
is.
little early.
Yeah.
How fast can you restart a multi-ball?
Not fast enough, but he could shoot the orbit. Maybe.
So what
Yeah,
do you do here if
and
you're kind of in playfield jail and you want to maximize
Souvenir is
that
good.
3x
Maximize that.
playfield? And I've just been handed word from a man in a raccoon hat that the
60 mil turbo.
million.
Wow. The Group 2 3-way tiebreak will also be on
the
this
25
phenomenal
trophy.
game.
So we thought maybe that was going to be a little bit earlier, but 60 million for
A loop combo.
a loop combo.
Do the loop combo again. Come on. There you go.
Plug
Oh,
it. Boom.
Bam! 66.
Holy
That's Timothy's ode to Mary Lemieux.
You got time for another one?
So these values, which are already high. I mean, 22
20
million.
million?
I mean, that's
Right,
a super
turbo
jackpot value there.
is multiplied by
Oh.
3x.
What's he got? 8
For
seconds
8
left.
seconds
8
still.
seconds
It's like
left.
the timer
Do it.
stopped.
Do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, should have
Drop
been
catch.
there.
Drop catch. Oh my God! Get it.
Pass. Boom.
Yes. 72
million.
million.
Oh my goodness.
You're sitting there like, who is the man? Who is the man?
He doesn't hear us too. Man,
I
hopefully
know.
he doesn't
and,
hear us.
and he's got music on, and he's just like,
Oh, what a
whatever.
save.
He's like rocking out to some Daft Punk right now, just saying, yeah, I got this.
My goodness.
So again, this was one of the keys to the game, and this is why. I mean, the values are massive anyways, and then they were multiplied by 3.
I thought it's like like I said, we don't know everything because one of us, I can't remember which one of us said it was too early to start it,
20 mil.
and then 350 million points later, obviously it was not too early to start that 3 times.
Right,
multiplier.
and I was trying to figure out, what do you do with a empty play
Yeah,
field?
the
during
combo is
3X?
good.
Souvenirs, okay, depends where you are, but the loop turbo combo is where it's at.
Souvenirs are always 5 million, I'm told.
Despite what shows up on the
It's
display.
also Steve Daniels said it in the chat room as well. So
Really?
yeah.
That is really funny. I didn't
Someone
know
should
that.
fix that.
It's
like
tragic.
23 years
Oh,
after the
baby.
fact.
Look
Skill
at this.
trap.
Okay, so
Oh, yep.
he would have been
Short-lived.
allowed
Right.
to continue that.
Skill
'cause-
trap.
Yeah, but probably not going to be able to continue that for too long.
No,
That's for
because
sure.
you're going to need the right
Bam.
flipper.
Yeah.
There's another
So
ball walk and another
so
multi-ball.
he missed the shot, and then a ball bounced back up to the flipper. It just kind of it was a layup.
And this is his, third multi-ball.
Yeah, he's going to crack a bill here.
Very short ball
Wow,
save.
ball save
Very
on the
short ball.
third
My goodness.
multi-ball is almost 0.
Another great save.
The game's like, you've played this long enough.
Well, at least the game said you played this multi-ball long enough. I don't know.
Always nice seeing that 10th digit on a score on this game.
No, not for me. It's usually on the receiving end on my end. So
Whoa!
what a
save.
dig.
I thought that was gone. So the turbo boost jackpot, which we haven't seen yet, is maxed out at 50 million.
that was a nasty, nasty dig. And on top of that, he made 3 or 4 slap saves earlier that were just nasty. He can't keep it out of that scoop. He's actually just bounces into that scoop. He's shot it so many times the ball just.
Ooh,
That's where I belong. I need to go there, and it just bounces in.
So the top 2 from each group advance, and so I mean nothing's safe here, but possibly Chris and Trent could be battling for a tie break.
Here comes that dig.
Watch this
I think.
replay.
Let's see. We're looking at the replay on the 72 million, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
my gosh, that's the highest value I've ever seen.
So I would say so.
The Modi just started as a 2-ball multi-ball where the game wants you to shoot the right ramp to start it, but you can actually just cradle up and time it out, and eventually the second ball will come out. And I think that's the strategy most players play for. So that 35 million that was just awarded on the display is actually 5, I'm told, due to a software bug.
How did they not catch that one?
I don't know, but
It's not truth in
chances of,
advertising.
I don't think we're gonna get a chip ROM fix.
You
Why
mean I didn't
not,
get
man?
35 my teddy bear?
23 years, 25 years later.
Yeah, they did it with some other games. 14 mil. Tim is just controlling the game right now. Boom. Oh,
You know,
Well, he was late on that. I thought he was going to lose them both.
No, he's been the ball just seems like it doesn't want to go away for him.
And another here.
He'll take another
I'll
15
take
million.
15
He's like,
mil.
yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, why not? It's
I think it'd
alright.
been awesome if, like I said, he took the 10 points or whatever it was. Just, yeah, I got this.
Just for fun.
Yeah, why not? Perfect. Right on the fly.
He needs the right ramp in this mode.
Boom.
Ooh, yeah. That's a nice run.
Massive round of applause from the large crowd that's still here. Quarter after 11 in the evening here in Atlanta for supporting that amazing ball that
Atlanta
Timothy
can't
just
get
put
enough
on.
pinball.
1.2 bill.
All right, as long as he didn't catch my score.
Chris is like,
No, I was going to make a I was going to make a mention of that, actually. I was going to say something about he's catching up to you, DJ.
It's the only thing I got, man.
And what happened there?
There's no ball save either.
What? I thought that ball would have come back.
No lights.
That's a little rough.
There was no lights whenever it was above the lane, so
Oi.
that was rough.
Oi, oi, oi.
That was rough.
So unless...
Well, he can get a tiebreaker.
Right, unless Adam has a big ball here to catch either Chris or Trent, we're going to have a two-way tiebreak for second place in this round.
See what happens with Adam here.
So Adam controls the destiny of not himself, unless he comes all the way back, but two other folks.
He's got nothing to lose at this point. You just got to go for it. Play some pinball, buddy. There you
Good
go.
way to start.
Way to start again. You know, that's how you get it started rolling, man. You get a shot, get some confidence, you do it again. Talk to the game a little bit, like Adam is. Tell the game who's boss. Let's see if he can get that left shot. He was having difficulty with the left ramp last ball, so
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I think that was almost a frustration nudge there, just to.
no, he was like for his life. He's had the first two drain like right away, and that would have been a triple drain.
He's going. Oh, he passed it. 10 laps. All right, let's see what
All
he's
right.
got here.
Avoid the debris.
Do you have pinball in that car? Let's see.
Is Trent driving the van? No, Adam is driving this time.
Nope, that's a tire. Nope.
Watch the tic-tac. Don't hit the tic tac.
You know they have Tic Tac gum now.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They destroy everything. Everything that's sacred in this life.
They just try to take it over.
It's a cash grab. That's all it is. It's a cash grab. Look at this.
You can hit those slicks. That's fine, but.
And he had the next two rollovers were 10 million.
Oh.
So the weapons van might be doing the oil slicks from Spy Hunter whenever they're driving around.
Well, that's going to end Adam's weekend.
That was unfortunate for him.
So unless Trent catches Timothy, we're going to have a tiebreaker, right? For that second spot.
We're going to go back to a couple of Tim's saves. Nice outlane save right there. And then this.
I thought that was gone.
Oh
my gosh.
See what we get.
So again, Trent 591, but
Another 600
It's a
and
big
change
hill,
million
but-
to go. And
his three
Flowing
times
on this game and
his 3 times scoring is lit right now.
oh
And not
my
it's-
goodness,
It's not now.
That is it. We got a tiebreaker.
so an 8-6-6-1 round.
Yeah, man, that's a bummer, man. That moment when like everything is there ready for you. Tim says, "I'll see you tomorrow."
DJ Ryle's score stays.
Get to stare at my initials
Tim's
for a little while longer.
like, I'm going to bed. You guys
Once
get
again, we
that
want to
on
make
us
sure
out.
we give a shout out to our sponsors: Save Point Video Games, Portal Pinball, Titan Pinball, Double Danger, Coin Taker, Mostly Mutts, Abari Game Bar, Clover Services, Comet Pinball, a few others, and We also, if you would like to advertise on Papa TV, we have over 3 million views on the Papa TV YouTube channel. Our videos have accumulated over 26 million minutes of views. Reach your target audience. Competitive rates available for your business or event. Pinburg advertising spots are still available. If you are interested in doing this, all you have to do is contact sales@papawarp.org and get your name out on the interwebs. So again, we got Timothy Street, Group 1, 8 points. He's through. Chris Warren, Trent Augustine will be playing a tiebreaker for the second spot to go through. Adam McKinnon, unfortunately, is out with 1 point. Group 2 is a 3-way tie. Levy Naiman, Steve Bowden, Dominic Kachich with 7 points each. Group 3, Frederick Richardson and Nick Zentejas advance. Sanjay Shaw and Paul Karras do not, unfortunately. And then
tight
Group 4,
was.
Justin Campbell 12s everyone.
Perfect.
And
round.
look at that, Will McKinney moving on with 4 points. How about that?
4 points will get you through with somebody 12s you. So, all right. So we are going to watch Indy again. This is
3-way tiebreaker.
a 3-way tiebreaker. So again, Steve and Dominic and Levy.
Wow, what a way to start that mode. Fresh into a multi-ball, and he's got one lock toward his other multi-ball.
So Levy coming off the heels of his wildly successful New York City pinball championships. We were there to be a part of that in broadcast. It was a great first-time event. Great nudge on the outlane there.
Great nudge.
And now he gets to reap the benefits of a little bit of rest and relaxation to come and compete. Doesn't have to worry about running anything. He just comes and has fun. So
20 mil.
nice passover.
It's kind of like he knew where that 20 mil was.
Isn't there a way that you can know, or is it totally
I
random?
think it's random. I'm pretty sure it's random.
So Levy starts 30 jets for 30 million.
Pop bumpers all day.
Well,
Boy,
he starts
didn't
that
got-
if he starts a multi-ball, he'll get that
I was gonna say,
right at the
got
beginning there.
No
So
action out of that.
Nice
Another
nudge.
great nudge.
ramp shot or orbit? Nope. Nice.
And I found the ramp shot the better
Bam.
of the two approaches because the ball comes out to that right flipper with almost no momentum.
And here we go. Multi-ball. So as Levy starts his multi-ball, we will be joining our main group in a minute or two on Batman 66, which will be the other tiebreaker. So we're going to watch Levy in his multi-ball here for a minute or two, and then we'll be moving over to the group we've been following. So.
Oh, my goodness.
And as Levy ball ends, actually, we are going to be moving over to Batman. Oh, wait a
my
minute, hold
gosh,
on. No,
look at
it
him
did
run
not
back
end.
to the
Ball
machine.
save.
Wow.
Holy
compensation.
smokes. Look how fast he moved. My God, I didn't know he was that light on his feet.
I didn't either. That was incredible.
It was like he heard the noise and said, "What?"
Oh. So, yeah, he jumped over there and got the ball back, but we are going to follow Batman. So Trent was player one.
And
Looks
did
like a big quick.
nothing.
752,000.
We missed that, but it might have been a Aaron Skill shot for.
Okay, so Chris Warren, I'm not sure, how much time he has on Batman 66, but we shall see.
All right.
Just get himself psyched out. I wonder what he's listening to. I always like to know what people are listening to.
Mm-hmm. Can make a guess. I'm gonna say the Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers, really?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Frank Sinatra guy to me.
Frank Sinatra? Yeah, I could see that. I'm going to go with Inagata DeVita.
The goal is for your ball to outlast the song.
In the
Garden
of Eden, baby.
Right, really. I know.
I thought it was in the Garden of Eden, baby.
You're wrong.
Those aren't the lyrics?
You're wrong.
Oh,
You're incorrect.
well,
Nice tip over.
I've been incorrect about a lot of things in
You
my
have
life.
been, especially when you're sitting next to me. You're always wrong. It's just the way it works. He can't come back with anything because he's a mouthful of water. I love it. No parking. Gotham City Police Department. They'll boot you.
Ooh.
Did they have boots back then?
No.
Oh,
Danger,
well.
danger. Survives.
Danger, but safe for now.
Oh,
my
I thought it was
God.
gonna
That
crawl
so
up. I thought it was gonna
close.
crawl up over.
That definitely looked like a crawler.
All right,
Get
so
that
trapping
ball
up,
to
and he's gonna
right orbit.
Lock it.
shoot the center ramp. I'm gonna say
I'm
center
going with the
ramp.
lock.
You went that
I
lock.
think he's going points.
Lock time.
We're trying to. Aha! I knew.
See, I like
Chris
to go
Warren's
against the
head.
grain. I the lock shot is obvious, but I just like to go against the grain.
You got your mode going. Yeah.
You also wanted to pick pro football in your tiebreaker.
I
for
actually
classics, so.
thought about it.
pro football.
I actually thought about it. I actually figured out how to flip on that game to
Oh,
do well.
You'll have to show me.
Whoa.
Lots of dead bounces.
Sometimes when you sit on a trap for too long and you overthink things like I tend to do, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Double danger to keep it alive for a little bit longer. Get a lock.
So,
All right, let's see if Trent can play for more than 8 seconds.
He did not go for the super skill
Oh.
on that time.
oh my gosh.
The Riddler.
The Riddler.
Goes for the penguin shot. See if he can trap up maybe. No, he
Nice
took a live
shot.
shot.
Shoot the bat phone.
Yes, Commissioner.
Oh, he missed the bat phone.
It's a big phone to miss.
Just going to
Yeah.
say that.
But you know what? It's like I said, you just have to figure it out on the flipper where the
He's
shot
like
is.
trying to
because
backhand it
there
and
you
everything. Oh,
Because hitting it directly is
All
not
right.
the best thing to do because it can come back at you and bite you.
Well, that magnet should grab it, but yeah.
Lots of things should happen in pinball.
That's
Sometimes
true.
they don't happen. I've seen bonus countdowns screw things up.
I've seen the bonus not count down.
Right, there you go.
Nice drop.
Block
kick.
shots.
And I've seen the EMs go from 39,000 to 30,000.
Great post transfer,
no
but not
luck.
enough
Oh, no, it
gas.
counts it. That counts it.
And it counts that one, so there's
Yeah.
two.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, that was
More, and
perfect.
that's a guaranteed multi-ball.
Guaranteed multi-ball.
I've always been a multi guy versus a multi.
Hmm.
I've been an M-ball guy.
Tri-ball.
Tri-ball, M-ball.
Tri-ball.
I was against M-ball to this morning. I am now pro M-ball.
What made you change?
I just like to be different.
We've established that.
I'm much
No
more
reason.
of a 13-ball, multi-ball kind of guy myself.
All right, all right, Apollo.
Apollo Creed.
It's like that game. Whenever I saw that come out for the first time, I just started laughing because it was so ridiculous.
Like when
It's just like a two.
when Alexander Kazmarchuk picked it in league finals and it all 13 balls loaded into the shooter lane and stacked up to the glass. The shooter broke, and just the devastation look on his face of I really wanted to play that. Of course, then we
That
ended up
sounds
on,
like such an Alexander thing.
and
To
so
Oh, yeah.
so what does he pick instead? you know?
Roadshow, or
No.
no, I mean not roadshow.
Motor
motor
show.
show. Yeah,
Yeah,
motor
that
show.
sounds
The,
about right.
shout out to the manufacturer Game Plan.
No, it's not. That's Mr. Game.
Or Mr. Game. Yeah, that's what I meant. Famous maker of Mac Attack.
Yeah, Roger Sharp did not make motor show.
He should have, though, because it's an awesome game.
Not really. Unique game, not an awesome game.
It's
it has-
awesome in its
it-
non-awesomeness.
If you've ever gotten the video, one of the video modes, it's pretty cool.
It's like you're playing like
Atari 2600.
it's like playing Grand Prix from Activision.
Bump
yeah.
bump
yeah.
and
That's
jump
what it
or
looks like. It looks
something.
like
Uh-huh.
Grand Prix from Activision.
Oh, rough double drain there.
So Trent got a little distance. You know, like I said, this tiebreakers. You play a little bit different when you're playing heads up. You don't have to beat 4 people. You just have to beat 1. So sometimes you're just taking the points that you can get just to put the pressure on the player.
Yep.
And that's a big change in this format. So for those who don't know how qualifying went, single-player games, you're by yourself and you're trying to compete against the mass field. So we had over 100 competitors here this weekend, and say 80 of those tried to play Indianapolis 500 or Batman 66. You're competing against all the other scores on that game, but in an individual sense. And so the way you play the game is a lot different than match play, which is what we see now, where it's you versus another person simultaneously, and you're not necessarily trying to get the best score of the day,
Not
but
really sure what he was going for there.
good enough to beat out that person or several other people. And
So sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that the strategies or the way you play the same exact game are completely different in some cases.
So Trent going into ball 3 has actually got bonus held during that game or during that ball. So I think his bonus X was in double digits. So let's see if he can build upon it, because that could be a big thing at the end there. Because there could be some big bonus in this game.
So this is the 2-ball multi-ball shame mode.
This is definitely one of those games where being player 2 can give you an advantage just to know what you should build up.
Nice nudge.
And sometimes it's like, how much do I have to put on the throttle? The risk reward of, you kind of get a sense of how other people are doing on a game when you're playing against them.
Yep.
It's like, oh, maybe I don't have to drive the bus so hard here.
So yeah, at 4.9, this is smart to continue on, try to build this up.
Yeah, he's got a pretty decent lead right now. Obviously, that can come back and it could be gone in a couple seconds. But first 2 balls weren't very kind, and
but
I think he's just going to take his guaranteed points. I think
if you look at the value of these shots, though, they're pretty lucrative. But again, you got to get as far enough as to be able to cash them out.
Backhand that, right?
I think there were 3 times the value, or I couldn't see what the value was on the screen. But I think it was 3 times.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of
Nice save. Bounce over.
points building in the queue, so to speak.
Shoot the phone. Bam.
The kind of dead phone.
The kind of dead phone.
But
It is a rotary phone. It is an outdated technology, so.
But it is red.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a nice
Again,
nudge, because that was probably going out.
Trent has been. He's made about 5 or 6 of those outlane saves. If you go back to the Rolling Stones game, where he pulled it out of the outlane, and those things are super wide open. He knows instinctively. He knows where that ball's going, and can be proactive on his nudging skills.
Continuing on.
He passed up about 10 million to continue on. These shots are now 4 times multiplied.
Smart. Look at that. 4.6 right there.
Nice shot multiplier, so that's going to even be even bigger.
Shame it.
Oh, and he gets to bring the multi-ball. This stacks with what was going on.
5 million.
Oh my gosh! Now you're at a no risk to start building this value massive as long as ball saves on.
Another 5.6.
This is a great stack.
16 for the ramp. 2.4. Another mystery award. What we got? Add a ball.
Add a ball. Oh
So
my gosh! This is going to get pretty massive if he can cash this all out.
trying to shoot the phone while the Cape Crusaders climb up the side of the building.
Get up there, and it does.
8.5. There goes Batgirl.
There's no shame in doing this.
Another 20.
Yeah, no.
Another 19 million on that shot.
Oh, he's just really padding the stats
So,
now.
yeah, he's at 330 with a ton of points in the hopper.
347. Another gigantic shot. Okay. just great to watch this. He's just dissecting it all.
So again, the mode shots that are running are in that green TV on the left-hand side of the main display there.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Oh, what a way to keep both balls in play.
Yeah, because that was going away.
Yeah, his instincts on the outlanes are dialed in right now.
All right, so the red shot is what he wants right now to rack in a whole boatload of points.
Bam.
And there it is, and the collect is lit
100. I
for
think it was 100. He's at 76.
76.5 mil he just cashed in. The red
296 on the Riddler
Oh,
total.
man.
That was nuts.
Yeah, a little
Another
bonus.
2 times multiplier to already go with his pretty high multiplier value already.
Trent's like, I'm not done yet. And at this level of play, no lead is really ever safe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'd just let this go. I mean, the points are meaningless for the hurry up.
bat phone's lit to be
It's
answered.
a pretty large umbrella.
That is fantastic. They always had the greatest props in that show. Gigantic umbrellas.
Oh,
Great ball by Trent
Great ball.
Augustine.
yeah, that's solid right there.
Great ball by Trent. Let's see what his bonus is here. Lots of multipliers.
That's all counting down. 85 mil. Oh
32
goodness.
times bonus.
Well, you got your work cut out for you here.
All starts out with just plunging the ball and
But you
taking
know
the
what?
shots,
I
man.
mean, you can build it up on this game.
Bing. One gadget. Who's he going to select? Is he going to pick Shame? Yep.
Gotta
Good.
go for shame.
Get some points. Come back, Shame. Come back. Yeah, he's pretty much at the beginning of the game, so right now he's got nothing built up in the bank.
Do or die.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
he hasn't completed Joker yet.
Great.
And
slap
Joker's
on
really
the
not
camera.
the one you want to try to build this back with.
So I think he's got the regular
he's
multi-ball
already,
ready on the right orbit.
He does. He shouldn't take it
Okay.
though. He should have changed his villain. I think.
I think, and he actually stepped back and made a gesture like he knew that he shouldn't have done that. I
Yeah.
think.
So what would have been the reason for getting off of Joker?
You just can't get the value build up like you can on some of the others.
That's just a game rules
Yeah.
knowledge
Yeah.
thing. That the other villains are
And
worth
at
more.
this point, you're trying to catch about 600 million. You need to go big.
And how would someone not familiar with the game change the villain?
You just basically just hit any of the shots that the villain is associated with. So, for instance, if you wanted to change it to Penguin, the scoop shot is the Penguin shot.
Okay, and
If
they're
you want
color
Catwoman, you hit the ramp. It'll switch it over.
So that was unfortunately a quick multi-ball for Chris.
And if anybody in chat has any game questions, we can certainly try to answer them.
Alex Huffman says in the chat that he's seen Chris put up 1.5 bill on this game, so he's not out of it yet, and we certainly
agree.
agree. We at the beginning of the broadcast, if you get to this point, there's no safe lead. Absolutely no safe lead.
He's taking Penguin.
You look at pretty
And
much
that's basically what you want to go for here at this point, I think.
for this being a Papa Circuit event. You
You're
look
going to
at
try to
pretty
grind
much,
this Penguin out for big points.
Oh yeah, nice save. But you look at any of the 24 players who made the final field here, and
There you go. You got lit.
those of us in competitive play
Get the phone.
know the names. All right, Chris.
Phone is collected. It's time to work.
starting to chop some wood here.
Another multiplier. What's he going to go for now?
Yeah, I don't know. Shame.
Again?
Second level. You got to do a little bit more with it this time.
Yeah, he didn't get much
some of this
value
penguin
the first
moving
time.
here.
He's got his Atta-ball, I think. No, is that
Yeah, he's
his
got
mystery?
a
His mystery's lit. Okay,
Yep.
I couldn't tell.
And that's on the left orbit.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
and then
he
make it up
just,
to the
he
top.
just
scoop
collected
there.
it, actually, backwards. So
Yeah, sometimes it'll go up to the top whenever the
Right.
ball launches, and it'll bounce in there. So, fortunately for him, that was able to
So
happen.
he's got his at the ball. He's in 3-ball play. Ball saver's gone. Get a little bit of control here. Start picking off some of these shots.
Gonna try to crowd
A lot of work to
separation.
do, but
Yeah.
definitely doable. This is
Say
definitely
what's-
not.
It wasn't cooperating with him.
Man.
rough. Oh, boy.
He knew what he wanted to do with the ball. He just couldn't
No.
execute.
He's keeping those saves in. He just
Yeah,
can't
Chris-
really get the multi-balls going here. Need some help.
Yeah, Chris has demonstrated his outlane prowess as well. He's made lots of nice saves by smacking the side of the cabinet, and just anticipating, when his ball's in danger, and has done really well.
Well, to make the saves, just not maximizing the.
That's a great tip
multi-balls
save
he's
there
had
on the
here.
multi-ball. All right, so the second time through, he's got one lock lit. What does Chris need to do to light his second and then third locks for the regular multi-ball?
I'm actually on the second multi-ball, not 100% sure. I'm thinking he has to hit the both targets. There he goes. Yep.
So the on the other each side of the bat phone, those white
The rotisserie.
smaller targets.
It looks like hitting both targets actually lit both those locks, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like they're stacked. I guess as if you were to get a third multi-ball, you probably can't get them both together.
Oh,
man,
That's
that sling is
power
done that a few
outlet.
times.
Great run by Chris.
Yep.
Great game by Trent.
Trent advances.
Looks like
To tomorrow.
Bowden's going to lose. He just missed it by 10 million there.
So we slide over here to the other tiebreaker. Look at that first
With,
game. Look at that,
Levy-
417 to 407. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. So
yeah.
Steve Bowden is eliminated by 10 million points, unless. Oh, it's not. We're being told that the person who wins this game does not outright win the tiebreak.
Or is it the
Top
fourth
two
person?
advance.
Okay. All right. So he's still
Oh,
okay.
if that's
then.
true, then.
He was walking away like it was a loss,
Yeah.
but
Well, in that case, the first and second players have a pretty equal margin here
yeah.
against Dominic, who's played pretty darn well today.
Oh boy.
Ball's a
Oh,
little
boy.
squirrely.
Unfortunate
Right.
end to the run there for Dominic Kajik.
Who was player one?
Levy.
Was it Levy? Okay. Fantastic.
There you have it.
So we got Trent and Timothy advance in their group. Nick and Frederick advance in their group. Justin and Will in their group. And
Oh, yeah, of course the top two advance because there was a three-way tie.
so we got Steve,
first, so-
Yep.
Steve and Levy advance in the second group.
And
So
to those who advance, we shall see you tomorrow morning.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
sirree.
tomorrow morning will be the top 16 since the first round was eliminating 8. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, as you can see on the screen, and all their support for us to make this stream possible. And we are probably going to be wrapping it up here in a second. So we want to thank you for tuning in this evening. We will be coming back tomorrow morning. What time we start tomorrow, Lewis?
8:30, right?
8:30? 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
So 9 o'clock tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
8:30 check-in, 9 o'clock launch.
All right. So again, to my left, it's Evan Bingham, Yeah, right. Evan Bookbinder. Sorry, you Evan B's are all confusing.
It's my boy.
And DJ Rao. Thank you to Lewis for producing. Again, I'm Fred Cochran, and thank you for tuning in this evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll see
See
you
you on the
then.
other side.
Good night.